Hello, hello. We are live with Terra Nullius, episode 64. Episode 64, guys. We've done a lot of episodes of this show. We're getting up there. This guy's an old man now. Or an old, I think we said she was a woman. This old woman still limping along. 64. Good year.
Well, of course it's a woman. It's no man's land.
Right. I think we originally said that is because it's Terra,
Yeah.
Hey, the map loaded for me. Okay, cool. So we're here, and we are going to kind of do a follow-up to what happened last time. You guys have successfully Tapayaxi, the Eradicator of Dominions, on your side to fight Maziel and stop him from getting She the Jade Skirt resurrected, as it were. But now you just kind of have a little bit of bows to tie up, shopping maybe to do, whatever you want to get done in Tapayaxi's city here, Tazua, before you move on to find, you're going to go to, what's his face? I named all these guys.
Give me a second. We were going to go to
Zanzatl. Zanzatl, the World Igniter. Yeah.
I accidentally skipped a page in my notebook.
Well, I didn't really understand what that meant at first, and so you just ripped it out. And I'm like, oh man, you're that angry about it?
No, I skipped a page. So I'm like, well, it's a useless page now. Just rip it out.
I thought you meant like skipped one side of a page, and so you're just like, well, the whole page is useless now.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. So it sounded like confrontation was going to happen. That's kind of what was the plan for
Yay!
you guys.
3 people against someone with a plus 15 to persuasion.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's probably more likely that the party gangs up on Atabai before Atabai can gang up on Chalmer.
Well, I have a feeling... I know I'm going to gang up on Chalmer, on Xaman, because I need to be like, I have no clue what's happening to him. I'm just like, what the heck, man?
It's probably honestly just a big free-for-all conversation. You all are there, and there's going to be lots of questions.
I have a feeling I know how Atabai is going to direct the conversation, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, so I mean, who starts it off?
I mean, as soon as we get to like,
yes, everyone's starting it off.
Are we? Wait.
Did we start with goals?
Yeah, we'll do goals. Yeah, thanks for.
Okay, I was like, what are you talking about? We haven't even done goals yet.
Everyone started talking at once, and I didn't understand what anyone was saying.
And me and Seth both said goals.
Hashtag goals.
Yeah. Emily's like, no.
I was super dumb.
Okay, it's not freaking loading. This note. Ugh. Roll 20. What is wrong with you? Why are you drunk today? Yeah.
Just drank too much eggnog.
Well, go ahead and tell me your goals anyway.
Okay.
I doubt they've changed.
I doubt they've changed.
Mine have changed because I kind of gave one up last time.
That's fair.
So, first goal, which is going to be accomplished pretty much in the first few minutes of this session.
Mm-hmm.
Find a purpose. Atabai already knows his purpose. It just didn't solidify till like technically like now. Second goal, convince the party to let me stay.
Right. Yeah.
It's gonna come up. I know it's gonna come up, so I might as well put it in a goal. Mm-hmm. And third, get the 7 serpents on our side.
Cool. You're bouncing Santa over here. It's just
it makes the hat bounce.
Yeah. Cool. Emily.
My goals are not the exact same.
Whoa.
I know. Everyone is shocked. Number 1 is kill Maziel.
Yeah.
Number 2 is find out what's going on with Atabai / Chalmer / basically, I would like to make a roll during this conversation to get some experience points.
Quick question. Oh, so go finish. Quick question after that.
And then number 3, protect the party.
As you do.
Okay, quick question. Yep. Did Teppan put the ring on Xaman, or did Atabai? I'm pretty sure it's Teppan, but I don't remember.
Oh, no, it was Atabai. It was literally it was technically it was the first episode of this season, but we did a flashback back to Navarro's camp. So this is after Atabai is already there. And you noticed that Xaman was being super weird, right? And you're like, well, maybe this will fix him. And then you just put it on him.
Okay. I just couldn't, and that'll affect the conversation.
Yeah, that was Atabai who did that. Yep.
Okay.
It is your fault.
Yay! And he's gonna take responsibility for it.
Good. All right, Alyssa.
What's up? I don't know why that's so funny to you, Caleb.
Well, I think it was just kind of an interesting set of circumstances there, because usually what I say your guys' characters' names when we do the character goals, and I feel like it probably was just a little odd for me to say Alyssa, and then you felt like you should just respond and say, "Hey, Caleb, how are you doing?" Yeah.
It was a little odd. I was like,
something's weird about this.
Yeah. Ari, thank you.
we have entered full method acting mode now.
Yep. I'm sorry. Who's Alyssa? My name's Ari.
Sorry.
I know you usually call me Raya sometimes, but my name is actually Ari. Thank you. Okay. I would like to protect those that I love, befriend animals for my army, and figure out how to transform into a dragon.
It sounded like you were going to say figure out how to train your dragon, and I was like, yeah.
I mean,
well, unfortunately, I don't have a dragon to train right now.
Train the dragon within.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think I actually have some ideas this session.
Good. I have some ideas too. I apologize. It seems like Ari's been in this weird place where she's had some kind of weird goals, and I haven't given many opportunities for you to work on them.
It's okay. So. There's been just like no good time for it, and that's okay. I know that now, but I do have an idea now that we're kind of in between. So I'm like, I want to keep that goal since I have an idea.
Awesome.
So.
All right, Jordan, what you got? Sorry, Darius.
Well, I have one. I have one for sure. Well, I have two for sure.
Yeah, I was like, your secret one should stay, right?
The secret one will stay. I changed the number 1 from the perfecting jumping between planes to discover how to jump between cycles.
Right, because you have officially perfected how to jump between planes. And just to say, this is not Darius can just do it. Like, it's still an ability that you have to, like, either... And I guess we can talk about, like, how you can power it, but there's going to be some sort of, like, cost in some way, whether or not it's just you have to roll for it, but it's a way easier now or whatever. Right. But it's not just you get to instantly do it whenever you want to. But it's much more reliable now.
Okay. Like, maybe that it's reliable in a sense that if it doesn't happen, it doesn't take me somewhere that I really don't need
it
to.
Probably just doesn't work then. That's probably a good way of saying it. Yeah. You perfected the art of not being sent to some weird hell dimension on accident.
Oh.
And maybe it's a slightly lower roll, like not like a 20 or 25.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like maybe like 18.
Hello, Boney Ghost Doggy. Nice day in hell.
Exactly. Yeah. That's actually one of the fun things that I've been thinking about, because I've been thinking about the next campaign we're gonna do in this world. I've been thinking a lot about that, and I was thinking about the fact that we really haven't talked much about hell, right? Like, what is hell in this world? Because we have this weird kind of like.
It's because we're already living there.
I was gonna say playing one of my characters.
We kind of have this weird cosmology going on that's not very standard D&D, so I'm interested to kind of explore that.
So, Caleb, are you saying that we can play a bunch of old characters from this campaign just in hell?
Sure.
And they're all just sitting in there. And Greta's just sitting there. Oh yeah, hell yeah!
That's the thing. Okay, so listen.
Calvinus tries to conquer hell and become its ruler.
Anyway, we'll get to that. Fun thing in chat. Gurno the Conqueror. Can't stay in the middle of my workday mowing away, but I've started on the backlog and really enjoying it. I am just up to the part where Captain Pepe Miguel is starting a book club. Is that your friend M?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
You're just where Mickey started the book club. That's a great spot.
It is a
good
spot.
Oh, that was so long ago.
It was a long time ago. Yeah.
So good.
Poor Mickey. Might not want to stay because of spoilers, but.
Well, yeah, he said he can't stay, so yeah, we're good.
It's like he might not even want to.
Yeah.
Is it official that Darius now knows how to read?
Yes, it is. Remember? Yeah.
Okay.
Emily was really mad about that last session.
Darius's second goal is read something.
Hey.
Because I feel like
So
Like,
no,
no
you
role
can't.
involved in that.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. If this was the Burning Wheel, for example, I could definitely have you make that roll. But the way the D&D handles literacy is you either have it or you don't. There is no role
Right.
involved ever. So you can't. You just read it. You won't be able to make a roll.
I think the
Well, I'd
closest we
have to
got.
find something that I like to be able to read though.
Find something to read could be something.
I mean, sure, I can make an obstacle in your way so you can't find anything to read. It doesn't make any sense though, because you guys probably have paper. Like, it would be as easy as
Is there written
it would literally be as easy as Darius taking a piece of paper, writing something, and then reading it, because he also can write now. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
It's okay. I just feel like that's something Darius wants to do now.
I mean, you can. You just can't get XP for it.
I don't know if I have a second goal.
Well, didn't you have? Well, you had your secret one, and then you forgot how to jump between the cycles, and then third goal would be.
The third goal was Orbeus.
Right. You could still try to figure out a way to power up temperance. You just haven't found a good way yet. And you can make it vague enough where it could be any way, right? You could just figure out a way to make temperance a magic item again, right? Because I know that's still something you want to do. You just have to find a different way now.
Yeah, I'll just find alternative way to power temperance.
Cool. Yep. Sounds good to me. I have some ideas about that. Awesome. So, who began? Okay, I guess this is after the gladiatorial fight and stuff, right? And you guys are holed up in whatever quarters he gave you on his like island, Tapayaxi's island here. You probably have fancy think. What's a good? Think kind of like large stone room. There's like a big kind of stone pool on one side of the chamber. These lots of lavish pillows and divans and stuff. You have a balcony overlooking the river. Nice quarters you guys have here. I assume you guys are just there having this conversation. You get back, freshen up.
We get back
slightly.
all of our magic items are in one corner. Sort of a thing,
exactly.
All of our stuff. So what I do as soon as we get into that room and as soon as we enter into it and I see nobody else is there, I just immediately chokehold, put my arm up against Xaman and just get out of the machete and I just go, what the what's that? You literally put us in danger. We almost died. Thank God Tepin said some did something.
Real quick. Would Ari say thank Mickey? instead of thank God.
Oh.
Well, I was gonna say probably what happens is because here's the thing, Atsubai has not let go of Xaman since they've left.
So he has him by the arm.
So he has him by the arm, and as soon as they get it, he just kind of throws them against the floor, and that's when.
Oh yeah, and then she picks him back up, and then I just do that.
Everyone just piles on Xaman.
What the heck, Xaman?
Yeah.
He's not some, and at that point,
Atsubai probably says, yeah.
Yeah, he's not Xaman.
And he's just looking at you, Ari, just kind of with disgust. He says, Xaman is dead. And anyone can make an insight check on that.
Yeah. I want to make an
25!
insight check for her. So I can, get some XP.
Okay.
Oh, 24, which I feel is pretty good because I don't just automatically get 25s at everything.
Hey, that wasn't an automatic 25. I rolled an 18. Thank you very much.
Oh no!
No one got it. He was a pretty
man.
He lied really well. So
we both have plus 11s. Oh snap!
Yeah.
I only had a plus 7 to that.
Here's the thing, Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
Darius was kind of planning on doing this. Either way, I cast
Zone of Truth.
Zone of Truth.
Nice. Perfect. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. So at first, before you did that, Darius, right? He lies, and everyone's probably oh crap, that's not good. And then Darius casts Zone of Truth, and then he says, "That's right. You'll never see Xaman again." Or I guess he can't say that. He can't lie. So I guess he says, "That's right.
Well,
Xaman
he has to make a save.
Oh, right. Okay. I had a fun line planned. I hope he fails because I. Let's see. What is that?
Charisma
save. Okay, cool.
Is it against my spell save DC?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
25.
Yeah, he
Okay.
saves.
Just barely.
So do you know though? Oh no,
Yes.
you don't know if he.
He knows.
I don't
Darius knows.
Yeah, he
is it
says
positive?
you know
Each
whether
speaker fails.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. Okay, so you don't know whether he's lying, but you do know that he succeeded on his save and that he's not affected by the Zone of Truth. So yeah, you guys don't know. You're still under the impression that Xaman is indeed dead. So yeah, he says, that's right. You'll never see Xaman again.
Ari's just like, who are you? Like,
Wait, why
mean-
would you say he... I would say he's Chamar.
hmm.
Oh, was that meowing from
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes, so that's my cat.
Okay, because
Atavai just looks at you and meows.
that sounded like it was coming from behind me, and I was very confused. It didn't sound like it came from my headphones.
Yeah. That's funny.
I mean, so I just go, so what should we do with him? Should we just I mean, it's Zaman's body. Like, surely there's got to be a way we can help him, right, Raya?
And so this is the thing, Atabai, a couple of things are important here. He has successfully lied, so he's saying, Xaman is dead, I'm just Chamar now. But Atabai, you remember that he wanted to die during the gladiatorial fight. Remember, he tried to get himself killed, so you maybe, whether or not Xaman is dead, you don't know, but you have suspicions about whether or not it would be a good idea to execute him. So at the very least, you probably wouldn't jump to that idea.
I'd probably chime up and say, do not kill him. He wants it for some reason. I have a feeling he does not like being in this body.
He spits on the ground. He says, why would I want to die? Doesn't make any sense.
You gave yourself up very freely to... guy, I don't remember the name of... wormy dude. Tapayaxi.
Oh, yeah, by the way, there's a bowl of tapioca on the table in this room for y'all to enjoy.
We're not going to enjoy anything.
Oh, sorry, I forgot this is Terra Nullius. No enjoyment.
Darius might just kind of...
You didn't even notice that you picked it up. Everybody just looks and you're just eating it.
So I'd say, then why did you throw yourself so freely to Tapayaxi?
He doesn't answer.
That's what I thought.
He's still glaring at you, Ari. What did you ask him something or say something to him? Besides, who are you?
I mean, I just said after he said Chamar's or Zaman's dead. I just said, so he's Chamar. Do we just kill him? I mean, this is Zaman's body. There's got to be something we can do, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I said don't kill him. He wants it, and I don't know, and we don't know why. So I'd probably turn to Ari and say until we know why he wants to die, it's best to keep him around. Little, maybe more subdued than he was before.
Now, Teppan, what did you say to him?
I got to think of how exactly Atabai wants to say this.
Question for Darius: where was he casting his zone of truth? Would we all have had to make saves?
Oh, it's a 15-foot radius.
Sphere.
Yep. Everyone makes saves. That makes sense.
Well, everybody who
and
yeah,
get to
so
choose?
I fail. I have to tell the truth now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you're in it. Yeah, so.
So I fail. I have to.
What's
tell
your
the
DC,
truth.
Darius?
I probably fail anyway.
it's 18. So
Got it.
Yep, I fail.
Ooh, I'm lying to everybody.
That's fine because honestly, Atabai was planning on being completely honest anyway.
Yeah, so I mean you
honestly,
say
I'd probably just choose not to make the save and just be in the zone of truth because I don't really care.
Yeah.
You're just too mentally exhausted to care right now.
Nah.
You're like, yeah. You're like, yeah. Nah.
Yeah, you feel the opportunity for resistance. You're just like, I don't care enough.
It's fine.
I don't want to spend even a smidgen of mental energy on that. Did someone ask him something or say something?
I asked
you asked Teppan something.
Teppan, like, what happened in there? Like, what?
Yeah, and
like,
you said, Teppan, what happened in there? And I think just in response to you saying that, Xaman/Chalmer laughs. He just chuckles slightly, but it's to himself. Doesn't explain why.
Okay, I know I have to be on. Well, okay, so do I know there's a zone of truth? I guess.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
an affected creature is aware of the
Everybody
spell.
knows.
Yep.
And you're allowed to like speak around the truth. You just can't lie.
The thought is, I guess my thought is, and I think here's the thing. I think if this were Teppan, he would work around it until like white lies. But I think Atabai is just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Atabai's like, I'm free, like whatever.
He's like, if they all try to kill me, I'll just escape.
It's like I've been dead before.
what else is new?
And honestly, I probably could outrun all of you guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he'd probably say something. I'm trying to think of how to word this the best. Is the problem. He'd say, the one you currently know as Teppan is a bit indisposed at the moment. I am his god, Atabai.
Chalmer just laughs again.
And you know what? Just because he really wants to, Atabai's going to just slap him across the face like, you have no room to speak right now.
Yeah, so he just said that. He just said basically, Teppan's gone. I am his god that took over his body.
God, indisposed at the moment.
Wow.
Wait, so where is he?
At this point, he'll kind of pull up the ring and kind of he'll show his hand, and he'll like, you'll see like the ring kind of form on his hands. Like, he is currently in. Did we give it a name?
Isn't that just the ring of mind shielding?
Darius would know who this guy is. He literally fought him to try to like.
Does he remember it though?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
So Darius, he says that, and you thought he succeeded. Remember, that was like the whole thing. He lied to you, and like it was like, yeah, we won. And so you're like, wait a second.
And it's like, oh, okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Pause. Pin him to the wall. Actually, don't bother with that.
Yeah, because literally Ari and Raya had no idea that you guys did that even.
Exactly, yeah.
So what do you actually do, Darius?
Because Ari's just like holding up Chalmer or Xaman or whatever and just like, what?
I have a real quick question, Caleb. How tall is the ceiling?
Pretty tall. It's a very large ceiling chamber. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know. What are you doing, Jordan?
Give me just a second.
Okay.
I'm looking.
Santa bounces.
Bouncy.
Fun. Another one thing about Tigers is I'm the only one. I'm the only one. Y'all remember that song?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I've heard of it. I have never heard it completely.
My stepdad literally had a
didn't
whole
watch-
office full of Tigger stuff.
You didn't watch Winnie the Pooh, Seth?
I saw an ad
didn't.
for it.
Whoa, that is a classic.
Like, quite literally, it's
saw
on
the
VHS
Winnie
tape.
the Pooh movie when I was in high school in theaters
Nice.
because I'm super cool.
Is that the Christopher Robin one?
No, not the
No,
new. The
it was
Okay.
no,
like
it was
the
like
animated one.
Okay.
animated drawn animation
2D. Yeah.
2D Winnie the Pooh, but a movie in theaters. It was really good too.
It was. It had no reason being that good, but it was. So what you doing, Darius? You attacking him?
I'm thinking about. So he pulls out the ring, right? Or does he?
Basically, he's like, yeah.
Where did
Teppan's
you
in
come
here.
from? It's like, he is currently in this. I want to give it a fancy name. Caleb, give it a fancy name. What would? Because it's a ring that was it was a
Right.
religious symbol for them.
Okay.
It's where Atabai has
Ring,
been
ring.
for. It's where Atabai has been for forever.
Magic item name generator. Who? Let's see here. Listen, fantasy name generators. I need you to be quick. Thank you. Let's say. Ugh, these are awful.
You can just call it the. Oh no, it's kind of call it the Ring of Atabai. Death's Ring. That sounds cool. Because it means two things, like the ring of a bell, but also like a ring.
Let's say it is the ring of closed eyes.
Oh, and it has like an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so cool. So Atabai would say, like, he is here in the ring of closed eyes. It has been handed down in Tapayaxi. It has been handed down in the Chepua clan for generations. It has been where I have. It is where I have. It is where I have resided until now. Until a few weeks. Until recently. There. See that.
So you know what's hilarious is because Seth is wearing this stupid hat. I'm imagining Atabai also wearing the hat, but it's like in a video game, right, where you have a custom character and you like give them a dumb hat, and then they're in a cutscene, and you're like, oh, I can't take any of this seriously because they're wearing a Santa hat.
It's a very me thing to do.
Yeah. When we get to this in the podcast, I'm gonna have Carly make a drawing of Teppan of Atabai in a Santa hat.
I'm going to use the scroll of destruction centered on... No, I'm kidding.
I'm going to look up this.
Yeah. I know we used to give names to all the magic items, and then we just kept getting more. And it was just like, I can't name all of these. Give them all history.
I don't know what to do. I really don't.
I mean, you can just do nothing for now.
How does Ari respond to all?
I mean,
of this?
Here's the thing. Ari's like, and Teppan agreed to this.
And I think Darian like pipes in and explains what happened.
I think Atabai will hold up a hand and is like, Teppan did not have a choice in the matter, unfortunately. He has shown himself inadequate to
This is straight up villain talk right now.
I know, he's like not inadequate. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to say inadequate. How would he respond to that? This is my choice. Actually, okay, I'm going to say this, Caleb. Tell me if it's a lie. Okay. He got stuck in there by his own devices. I have no way to remove him.
He got stuck in there by his own devices? Yes, definitely the truth.
Does Atabai have a way to get him out of there?
So okay, I think it would be a lie if you just straight up said there is no way. But if you said I don't know of a way, that's not a lie.
Like, I don't know of a way to get him out of there.
Because it's not necessarily that there even is. It's just that you don't know for sure whether or not there is. Yeah.
But they switched places, so clearly there's a way.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. Atabai and his force of personality was probably the way to push him out. Was capable of pushing himself out of there, and that's the thing. And this is the kind of thing he's going to bring up. Is like, I don't know of a way to get him out of there. And if I am completely honest, I don't think he wants to. And that is the truth, because I don't think he's going to say, I don't think he wants to. You see, anyone wearing the ring can communicate with that which is in the ring. Teppan has been silent since he entered. And it's true, like Teppan is like just so racked with guilt and thinking how it's all his fault and everything that Teppan's just like, in his own personal hell right now.
So I think Ari says, so whoever is wearing the ring can communicate with the person.
Yes.
Give it to me.
I'll take it off and hand it to you.
And Ari hands it to Darius because she's like, "You're the you're the only one."
Actually, it's funny.
Yeah, I'm like, you're the only one he trusted. You talk to him.
It's funny because Darius was literally about to ask him for the ring too. So
yeah,
it's like, well,
He's gonna want it back because it's more than just that.
Yeah.
But
so Darius takes the ring and tries to communicate with Tepin.
what does he say?
Tepin, it's Darius. Are you here? We're okay. But are you?
He has a reminder for you.
Tevin just becomes Siri.
Hey, Tepin.
I think Tepin would just, you hear this timid voice and he says, Atabai is right. I am better in here than out there with you.
Well,
let him handle this.
Well,
leave me alone.
Well, here's the thing. I have a bad habit of forcing people out of their comfortable spaces. I kind of did this to another god before, so I kind of know how you feel. And I also know what it's like to have someone take over my body. So I have a plan.
Don't.
But
just leave me.
But don't you want to come into my nice sword?
Here's the thing. Tepin would be useless in there. By himself, he has no magic. It is all because of Atabai. So it wouldn't do anything.
Well,
but wouldn't just his soul, like it
kinda,
just like having like a soul would power it, right?
I think there would have to be some sort of like finagling done. We would have to. Darius would have to make an argument for like what exactly he is using about Tepin's solar mind or whatever to power the thing, and in what way.
It's a depression-powered sword.
If he could,
it hits people for emotional damage.
I mean,
sort of emo feels.
Darius, I'm just gonna say this right now. That
you
is
mean
definitely.
It hits people for psychic damage?
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Like, yeah.
Emily, how much did you miss that, or did you?
I
hear
made
anything?
a sword powered by sadness.
I've heard everything.
Okay, just making sure because you were. Yeah, I couldn't tell if you were hearing stuff.
It cries every time it kills because it only wants to.
You people know that vine, right?
Hmm?
You know what I'm referencing, right? It's a vine.
No.
No,
I
don't
made a
watch
hat
Vine.
powered by sadness. And then she puts it on, and then Piano Man, the harmonica of Piano Man starts blasting distortedly on the audio, and then she just flies away. Oh, I gotta send it to you guys now. It's hilarious.
No.
I saw this.
The only thing I know from Vine is, what are those?
I saw this one thing. I think it was like a car powered by sadness, and it's sitting there, and he goes, "Wee oh, wee oh," because it like keeps going, but then it gets happy.
Right? Yeah.
I just watched it, Caleb.
Isn't it amazing?
That is.
That's the good stuff.
So, Darius says, if your god gave up on you, it sounds like you didn't fail your god. Your god failed you. Would you like to try another?
See, like a tech support. All these things options are unavailable. Would you like to try this?
We could send a replacement god in for you right away.
I think Tepin's probably not going to respond to that. He's just like, what's the point? So he's not even going to respond.
And I think Darius says, I've learned to trust few out here. You're one of the few that I still trust, and I believe there's still good work for you to do.
I just realized if we have this, then it'll be me who has multiple characters he has to play. I'll think about it, but do not hope in it.
If I think either way, that's a good plan to have Teppan kind of mull it over. But do you think Darius should make a roll right now to kind of like decide what the end result of your thinking about it will be?
Or at least how long it might take him to convince him.
Yeah.
Something. We'll see what the roll looks like.
So I mean, probably persuasion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Boom chicka chow! How would you like me now? It's a bad roll.
Wow.
It's such a bad roll.
Wow.
Critical failure.
Oh, no.
You know what? Here's what I'm gonna say. He doesn't respond that way. He just doesn't respond. He's like, what if it is like? He's like, he doesn't even respond.
If only I had advantage.
Mm-hmm. Bummer.
That is
Teppan is going to be locked in depression for the rest of his
I
life.
had inspiration charge and I didn't use it. Well,
Sad day.
it's
Yeah.
okay. It's a sad sword.
You're a little trigger happy on that one.
100%. Well, I mean, I didn't really think it's like.
Yeah. So 1 in 20 chance of getting what you got.
No. It's like a 1 in 10 chance for me.
Cool. Well, that
The
happens.
dice have chosen.
What about Atabai then?
Do you hand him back the ring? I mean, he's gonna ask for the ring back.
I
No.
eat the ring whole.
Just...
I mean, if Darius like tries to give it back to him, like Ari will just snatch it back. She's like, no.
Kind of an important magical item for him.
It is.
I get that, but you're also trying to earn our trust here, bud. Like, we're gonna
gotta
hold on
earn
to
your
Teppan's
keep.
soul. Sorry.
It's not his soul. It's just what his soul is in.
Just Alyssa, you holding the glass. Well, you said it. We're going to hold on to Teppan's
Easy,
soul here.
buddy.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry,
Soul
bud.
tax.
I know Ryan bought me a glass of wine.
Yeah, I know.
I think he said Raya brought you a glass of wine, and I was very confused. I'm like, Raya is like chilling with you.
Mhm.
Nice. Well, there you go.
Speaking of Raya, in the middle of everybody being upset about all this, like Raya would just kind of look over to Autoba and be like,
What we haven't officially done the ring part yet. So are you going
Okay.
to like? What are you gonna do, Jordan?
I think before I try to give it back to you, I turn and say, "What do you intend to do with him?"
Nothing. Let him sit there. See if he comes out of it.
Let him
Not much.
rot.
There's not much I can. There's not much to do with him. He. It would. Oh,
I used one for this. You saw some.
Oh, sorry. I just realized I was still.
that is. So he says like there is not much to do. Originally, the ring's purpose was for me to give power to whomever the wearer was, but now that I am out of it, I merely use its leftover magical properties, which it does have. Keeps people out of your head, which is quite lets me turn invisible.
It keeps
The one ring.
it keeps people out of your head except for the person that's stuck in the ring. They're stuck in your head.
He's been very
What's
quiet,
in
so
your head? In your head?
No. Why would you do this to me,
Tap in,
Jordan?
tap in. Tap in.
so I say like I intend to do nothing with him. Like I explain that as like it serves me now as just another magical item in my arsenal, and the soul of the one person that I've really soul of the last person of a kind I've connected with. He's like literally he's the last of his line. Everyone else died.
Darius kind of looks at the ring and looks at him
It also requires attunement.
and reluctantly.
Wait. Oh, you can't talk to him. Wait, I just realized.
Oh, it requires attunement.
It requires attunement. None of that could have happened.
plus it took an hour. Well, we could have taken an hour to have him attuned to it.
Yeah, I mean, for the sake of the way the scene has already progressed, I'm not going to worry about the details of that.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just realized I was like, oh wait, that's an attunement thingy.
So Darius looks at the ring, looks back at him, and reluctantly starts to give it back.
And then Ari grabs it.
Dex.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be against my would that be sleight of hand?
Yeah, it'd be sleight of hand if you're going against each other.
So what am I rolling? Sleight of hand against him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
There's a
So I
reason
had to roll
asked.
a natural 20. Okay, well.
I mean, you can talk to him after that and say like,
I'd be like, no. Some trust needs to be earned here.
here's the thing. I can make the ring invisible, and I have plenty of other rings on my finger. But I can't lie, and that would be...
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I literally see you holding it right now.
No,
It's
I
not
have it
like...
in my hand like this. What I could do is I could sleight of hand, slide the other one out, and
I mean, you have a good enough sleight of hand that you could definitely pull some sort of sleight of hand trick here if you wanted to.
Though?
Yeah.
He'll do that. Look to it. He'll look to that. Look to you, and say, "I will trust it with Darius. But
Fine.
if the time comes where it is needed, I will request it back. It is more.
I'll leave that up to Raya to decide. Raya, I don't even know.
Let me put it this.
I just finally start to kind of like Tepin and trust him just to find out that
Do you say this out loud?
Yeah.
And you know what's actually really funny too is this entire thing is going on, and honestly, probably Ari and Darius are probably thinking, "Oh, great! Now Raya is gonna be like, Atabai, you have to leave the group because this is what she always does. She's like, you've betrayed my trust, and now I'm gonna whatever."
Yeah,
and then they probably look at her, and you're like,
I just kind of go. So Atabai, now that we know all this, have your motivations changed?
Wait. Sorry. Oh, so we're still talking about that. So I still have the ring. I'm about to give it I will admit one thing. So I will say. I he can't admit it. He doesn't know the truth. How long does the know the truth last?
a long
10
enough.
minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, it's been less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's I will say this. When I first came out, I did not know what to do with myself. I was just glad I was free. But now, and he looks to Xaman, he says, I see I have some messes I need to clean up that have partially been my fault. I will gladly help. Because it seemed... Oh, no, sorry. So I see some messes that I have made that I need to clean up.
Are you still willing to help us?
This is one of the messes. Oh, actually, question. Is this... Any of this stuff that's happening with the serpents and stuff have to do with...
So, Atabai was the god of death before Xiblanque. And basically, Atabai kind of had a reign of terror going on where he ruled the Yolotli Basin with Hellcat demons and enslaved the Genasi. And then the four hero twins, right? Hero siblings or whatever they were, they got powers from... they got the Mask of Fire, right? The Mask of the Avatar of Fire. And then they tracked you down and killed you. And then Xiblanque, actually all four of them ascended to godhood. I think they didn't necessarily all ascend to godhood at once. There was, because it wasn't there were multiple gods they ascended to be. But basically, Xiblanque took your place by killing you and then ascending. You are not a generally nice person, but I don't think any of this is directly your fault, except for maybe the fact that she of the Jade Skirt, who was one of the siblings, right, who defeated you, her ascent to godhood was predicated on your tyranny. It was a response to your tyranny. So you can, in at least a partial way, blame yourself for at least what she has done.
So I will say then I have messes to clean up, some of which involves helping you.
So you are saying that you are committed to helping us finish our mission of saving this cycle.
I will not. I will use every last breath in my body to make sure she of the Jade Skirt does not wake. Except she wakes, it's goners, isn't it? Or
essentially,
if she, the idea, the thing you've been hearing is if she wakes up, she will try to replicate whatever event she did. She did something really bad. She did some sort of catastrophic thing. Nobody is, it's been unclear as to what exactly that was, but she did something really bad that basically let her control the whole Uloli Basin, and it has to do with the Yuan Ti, right? Like it brought their rise to power, she could control everything through that. Basically, if she wakes up again, she'll realize that she's lost control, and she'll try to do what she did again. And that, what she did originally was what caused the 374th cycle to come to existence, basically. Right? So the 373rd cycle is like the world if she hadn't done that. And this is the world in which she did. And now if she wakes up again, she's going to do it one more time, and there are no more cycles. And so she will just cause a rippling effect that will end all of the realities.
Okay. So then, the Atsubai will be like, I will use every last breath that I have to make sure she of the Jade Skirt never wakes.
And I think it was actually Xaman who told you that, because he can actually see into the future. Yeah. I think that's what it was.
So then my follow-up question would be, and that includes helping us kill Maziel?
Definitely.
I just kind of look around and be like, we have to take our allies where we can get them. And like give like a little shrug and what? Be like, I'm kind of fine with him. He just told us that he's committed to helping us.
So I think this is the last thing that Ari's gonna ask, really, unless like this just like spirals downward from here. Mm-hmm. But I think she's gonna ask, so you're Teppan's god, but he said that he's the god of death. So, and you're obviously not Miggy. You're obviously not Xbalanque. So your name is Octobi.
Yes.
So you were a previous god of death.
There have been many gods of death.
How did you die?
Slowly, painfully.
Xbalanque killed you.
Mm-hmm. And would that give away that part of that thingy? Of them knowing I'm...
What do you mean?
I'm just thinking, like, trying to think of a way with that saying that...
I was killed by my successor.
Yeah. Actually, I would say, like, yeah.
I mean, I feel like you could probably get away with it if you said that. Yeah, if you just said I got killed by my successor.
I
was going to say, especially if you just said there's been many gods of death. Who knows if you were the one directly before Xbalanque? You haven't told them.
I was like, I was killed by my successor, and okay, I will ask this because I don't know. Like, I'd probably say like, as our most.
It's probably true.
Okay, so that's all. That's all she's gonna ask.
Darius kind of looks around like.
Technically, you were the god of death for a little bit, weren't you? Just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you were. You weren't actually the god. You were
the
intern. You just protected the power until it could be passed on to someone else. You're intimately connected to the power of death.
Yeah.
But which is why you're transcendent, right? Which is why you have because of the fact that this realm of death, this realm of like being a caretaker on the road to death, is intricately linked to the mind realm. That's the reason you have your power.
Okay, so then Ari's just gonna be like, so like now she's like got Trauma like on his knees and like she's like holding his neck with like Mother Machete like up to the neck and just like, so what do we do with him?
Atabai is going to get kind of like crouched down a little bit, get in his face, and say, "What are you? Who are you working for?" Sounds so generic. Say, who sent you?
I sent myself. No, that's actually he's in his zone of truth right now.
It doesn't matter.
No, he succeeded. Yeah. So he just says, "I sent myself."
To do what exactly?
To dance.
And you're specifically talking
dancing.
about like this, him taking over the body,
like,
or is this a more general
say
question?
say to do what? Why did you pull that stunt back at Tapioca? Tapayaxi. Literally, like if I say Tapioca, I won't remember it. Like,
yeah.
Like what made you cause that stunt there? It's like whatever he said.
And he thinks about it, and he's like, he's trying to decide if he wants to lie about it, and then he just kind of shrugs and he says, to ruin your plan. I don't want you to get the 7 serpents on your side.
So you want the world to end?
No.
Then why do something that actively goes against that idea?
I don't believe your little prophecy about the world ending. Neither does Balaam. Or any of the other Hellcats for that matter. We're making a play for the basin. And possibly something greater.
Is it Romeo and Juliet?
Gosh dang it, Seth. We're making a play for the basin and possibly something greater. You getting all of the 7 serpents on your side and organized for the first time in 100 years is not what we need.
So he pretty much is saying they want to conquer the basin.
Yeah, basically. And he sees no reason to lie about that. You can sense that he's being genuine enough. So he just shrugs and he says,
Sorry, I'm writing stuff down.
I don't know what you want to do with me, but you'll have to decide quickly.
I'll turn to Raya on this one. Oh, go ahead.
This is out of character, but also might become something in character. So, this is Shamar, correct? Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did he have anything to do with Toidy's death?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was directly responsible for everything that led to Toidy dying. If Toidy Charmer's responsible for a lot of bad things. Toidy's fall, Charmer is responsible for that. The fact that Toidy was weakened when he needed power the most, right before that giant fight, that was the main reason that Toidy died. And
you were the main reason, but whatever.
Well, okay. You know what? Toidy was the main reason. That was your decision, my friend.
Not wrong.
And then he was also responsible for the death of the entire Burning Sanctum, that cult that helped you guys. And then you completely abandoned because you apparently didn't care about them.
I don't think they liked us after that anyway.
Well, yeah, they didn't like you after you got every single member that you sent with them killed.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just like to say that wasn't our fault. That was Arendira's fault, really.
Akna was not Arendira's fault.
Akna volunteered to go outside the bubble.
Was the hero.
Look, we tried as hard as we could to save Ava. Ava was just the best.
So many NPCs in this game you guys have killed or gotten killed in some way.
Cody tried to save as many as possible.
Let's not forget the fire genasi girl from the first island.
Mm-hmm.
That came.
Oh yeah, the sister. She's probably dead.
Oh no. Well, the first sister is definitely dead. But the other 2 sisters, who knows if they're alive? It's entirely possible.
The one that was like sick was in the Burning Sanctum, so she's probably
dead. Yeah.
We like totally like forgot about that whole plot line of like that's the whole reason we went out there was to go find her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember.
That was the reason Tweety went out to go.
And she hated me.
Basically, the idea was right. They were like Nahuatl is the reason. Like if you rescue her, she can defeat Arendira, right? Like. And then you guys were like, well, we could also just kind of defeat Arendira on our own and then use his power to like make a new god of death. Like we have our own ideas on how to do this. But then Nahuatl just kind of was there. And
well, we also just didn't.
She was not just there. She was actively fighting us.
No. I know. I just meant like after the fact, right? Like she was just there like when Maziel ate Arendira and we never just found out what happened to her next. So who knows what's happening with her. Or if she's even alive.
She's probably got eaten.
But there was indeed a plot line that you guys just kind of abandoned there. There was this whole weird, like, generational three sisters curse blessing thing going on. Anyway.
I mean, we succeeded in what we were trying to do. We made a new god of death. We didn't need her anymore.
You didn't need any of them anymore, so you just let them die.
Well,
I had no choice. I was dead too. Teppan or Atibai have no idea about the Genasi stuff.
So I think Darius kind of goes up to Chalmer and says, you know, I'd kill you myself if I knew it, if I thought it would do any good.
It might still. You don't know. What will it be, gang? Your friend is gone. I'm all that's left here. What will you do with me?
I don't know if we would call Xaman a friend.
Oh, that hurts. Any residual memories left over, that hurts.
To be fair, I mean, this is killing two birds with one stone in a sense. Like, if we...
But we're not really killing Chalmer.
No, but
so like okay, so that ring of mine just like out of character because they would have taken off that ring though when we came into the palace. Though.
It wasn't magic anymore.
Yeah, there was a whole thing that we decided there. Atibai realized it wasn't magic anymore by the time that I know exactly kind of how what exactly happened there to kind of have this go down. But either way, the magic of the ring was expended once it did its thing.
Okay, got it. Okay, well, I mean, does anybody have like? Could we have like a detect magic on him and like figure out like maybe a way to like get him out of Xaman's mind?
I mean, if you just cast detect magic, you don't see anything particularly magical about him. Just innately. But
here's the thing: he clearly wants out of this body. He clearly wants to get out to go help his cause. And right now, the way where he is now, he's stuck. The way I see it, he currently admitted that he's going against the idea. He currently admitted he wants to take down the seven serpents from the sounds of it. Mm-hmm. Give him to Tapioca. Say, hey, keep this guy alive. Maybe torture him a little bit here and there if you want. Just make sure he doesn't die. And we're crystal clear.
So we're just going to keep him here as a prisoner, basically.
Keep him as a prisoner. Torture him. Make sure he suffers for what he did.
I mean, Tapayaxi would be totally cool with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he sounded like very up for torture.
I have a thought. See, I have this ability that I have received. Beginning at 14th level, you can use your action to end one spell on yourself or on one willing creature.
It's not a spell anymore.
And it's not a willing creature. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Even if you were trying to kick him out, he wants out of this body. The way, like I said, the way it is working right now, he's in this body and he's stuck. So if we keep him in the body, he can't go out and actively work against us. He is in a prison of sorts, as far as we know.
Right, but Ari's thought is, okay, well, now we've just lost another ally. Like, we literally had Xaman on our side. And yeah, he was a little crazy, and yeah, he wasn't, like, the best ally, but, like, he was still an ally.
Look, what we need to do is...
But I guess Ari wouldn't even think that way, though, because she thinks that he's dead. So I guess she's just like, yeah, let's just keep him prisoner.
We need to put Chalmer in a magic frog that can breathe without air or water or anything, and then send it to space.
Okay. That is one option, yes. I mean, Darius, at the very least, anyone can technically probe further into the situation magically if they wanted to. There's various abilities you guys have that you could figure out something here. At the very least, you can make an Arcana check.
I feel like I've probably already failed the ability to do this.
Yeah, I don't think you can do this anymore, Atabai, but yeah.
I mean, I'll try it, but...
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I'd like to try it if...
Anyone can just make an Arcana. Might as well just everybody make one and just see if anyone picks up on anything.
I won't.
Yeah.
I have another idea.
So 16, yeah.
I mean, obviously it doesn't get you the whole thing.
You basically get this as much as we've already kind of picked up. I mean, some of this Atabai just didn't tell you, not because he was trying to hide it or whatever, but like you kind of get a sense that you're like, okay, well, he did this mind control ring. Wait a second. Did Atabai tell you? Did anyone tell? Did Atabai ever talk about the fact that he was the one who actually did this to Xaman?
He did mention. Honestly, I forgot about that too.
So Xaman Chalmer would definitely have brought that up because he wants to stir up strife here. So I think maybe you guys are like talking about this still, and then Chalmer says something like, "Yeah, it is an absolute shame that Atabai did this, isn't it?"
I would come up to him, put the sword to his throat, and say, "I was trying to calm someone else, not bring you here, worm."
And he looks directly at you, Raya, and he says, "Oh, he didn't tell you. He tried to make Xaman more controllable and ended up giving me the body instead." It's his fault.
I can't blame him. Xaman was kind of
seriously
crazy.
I was trying to
kind of on his side on this one. And then I just kind of turned to Atabai and be like, "So how did you screw this one up?"
You know, he's gonna take it because he did. Like, he didn't know what's happening. Teppan made. He's gonna like reach his pocket. Teppan made these rings from one of the what were they, like stone golems?
Oh no, the Death Titan things. Yeah.
Was it their helmets?
Yeah, it was the helmets. Yeah. Basically, he had made burning undead, right, and was mind controlling them through these like mask helmet fire things. Yeah.
Yeah. Teppan made this ring ring of mind control from the rings. He had an affinity for magic items, and I put it on him thinking it might help Xaman at least control the insanity that was going on in it. Hardly did not work. And he's kind of going to look at this one and say, "Darius, you have to destroy this." Looking at it, he's like, "I don't want to screw this up again." Because Jordan?
Then after that information, I make my Arcana check. Do I learn anything new, or
basically you get this? You figure out what Atabai already kind of knew. Basically, he put the ring on him. Something happened. The magic of the ring was expended, and now Chalmer is inside Xaman's body, where Xaman was in there before. From the sound of it, it sounds like it's a mind thing, right? Mind magic thing. So his mind is now occupying the space where Xaman's mind was.
Got it. So then Ari is going to come to the conclusion then his mind might be gone, but his soul is still there.
It's a reasonable conclusion to make, yeah.
That's the conclusion Ari's going to come to, and so she's just going to say, okay, so Xaman's mind could possibly be gone, or at the very hopefully suppressed.
Xaman's mind was already gone, so...
I mean, yeah, a little bit. But his soul is still there, so he's not dead, is basically what Ari's coming to the conclusion to. And so she's just going to go, but I have no way of getting that out.
Here's a thought I have. Jordan needs something in his sword.
Yeah, you could definitely stick Chalmer in there.
I was thinking about that for a little bit, and I was just waiting for a moment to say it.
It's like...
Wouldn't Chalmer kind of have to be a little bit willing to do that, or no?
Potentially.
I mean, it would be way easier, but Darius could try it. We don't even know what he's trying to do exactly, but...
Here's the thing, and if he's in the sword, he's definitely not getting back out in any easy way.
I mean, yeah, Darius, you probably have that thought, right? And you're like, well, I could try something.
So I think Darius goes, "So, you really don't like being stuck in this body, huh?"
The other option is to try and switch Teppan with Chalmer. But that would be probably more difficult.
Yeah, that's so much more confusing.
Yeah.
So Xaman's soul is still there, but Teppan's mind, and then Chalmer's mind is now in the ring.
It's like
that would mess up.
Like,
if Xaman's mind,
chairs.
if Xaman's mind ever got back in the body, it would be a massive confusing things going on there. He'd be like, I somehow all the time I just randomly kind of have the urge to lick myself, and I'm not sure why.
I keep burning my tongue.
Right. So what was it that we were just saying?
It's like magical musical chairs. Oh,
I don't remember where we were, but
so Darius was saying
Deciding what to do.
Yeah. So basically Darius said something like, "So you really don't like being in that body, huh?"
Oh, right, yeah. And I think he puts on a little pouty face and he says, "No, I don't like it at all."
Okay, how does Darius go about trying to do this? Is the question.
I will help in any way possible.
I mean, you could just start by having a conversation with him. I mean, so there's two avenues of approach here. You could try to convince him that he wants to do this, or try to you could do this a social way, try to either convince him that he wants to do this or trick him into doing it, or you could just brute force magic something and just be like, get in my sword.
Get in my belly. I mean, sword.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think if I think Darius turns to
Raya. She's probably going to be more helpful than me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, think of it. She goes in and out of the orb all the time.
Honestly, yeah, orb magic is probably going to be your thing here.
I mean, realize last time I tried to do something like this.
Okay.
I'm not me anymore.
My only idea of what I could possibly finagle through the orb to like make it weird is maybe if I like cast banishment through the orb to like banish his mind into the sword.
Yes. Totally an option here. Yep.
Okay.
You've done weird things like that before, where channeling a spell through the orb can make it do different things. It's a very powerful magic artifact. So yeah, you can go for it.
So
what would I even roll for that?
Probably just an Arcana.
I think
Well, there would probably be a couple rolls. It would be Arcana to like figure out the specifications of how to make that work, and then that would give you advantage or disadvantage, right? On
could I
probably
help?
A charisma check of some sort.
Could I help to give advantage since Atabai has some idea of stuff like this, but not enough to do it himself?
I would say, yeah, Atabai could definitely give advantage to Raya on the Arcana check.
Am I allowed to guide myself?
Yeah.
I think
I'm going to guide myself and I have advantage, and I think it's still going to be bad because I'm not great at Arcana.
Yeah.
I think Darius like basically turns over to Raya and like pulls out Temperance and like kind of shakes it a little bit.
Good old 13.
That's what I rolled before.
You can still attempt it, but there's no advantage or disadvantage. So.
Okay.
What were you saying, Jordan?
Like Darius pulls out Temperance and
right.
Kind of just looks over at Raya and shakes Temperance a little bit.
I won't say this. I wish I was a bard right now because I really want to like. If this goes wrong, Chalmers on the loose again.
I mean, I was gonna say, I feel like we can even just like abstract the fact that you guys had this conversation and now are gonna try to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
So if I do this, it's a charisma check, you're saying?
Yeah, because it wouldn't be a save so much as you're trying to like push your force of personality on his mind to like get it to do something. So any charisma based skill that you're trained in is also probably an option.
Does she get +5 since she's near Darius, or is that a different kind of check?
Again, that's save. She's not doing a save; she's doing a check.
So I can try and persuade his mind.
Yes.
Perfect. So I would use persuasion. Am I able to guide myself? I don't know exactly how this is working.
I don't think on this one. I think it makes sense to kind of like get guidance from Sulene on like the Arcana check, but I think this is more of like a. Yeah, I don't think that necessarily makes sense.
You should make up some kind of backstory or something. Get some inspiration.
Girl, you know I don't do that kind of stuff.
No. Or do a flashback to the camp or something. You got it.
You know I don't mess with that kind of stuff.
I'll help you. I got you.
Fall where they may.
Girl, I got you. We can make up something. Oh, fine, whatever. Just go for it.
We're just gonna do it. You know?
Crit. Failure.
What did I tell you?
All right. Well, obviously.
So obviously, what happens is you accidentally banish Xaman.
Well, so let's talk about this. There's a couple of options. I mean, we could do all of them, right? It could be all the bad things. It could be. There's a couple of things I'm thinking could happen, right? Because you're doing a banishment on him. I'm thinking Chalmers' mind gets loose. Xaman's soul could definitely leave, but I think that's probably the least likely option of this because you're using mind magic on this whole situation. Where would be a bad place for Chalmers' mind to go? Oh.
Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
Question for you. With this whole thing and using the orb and it being weird anyway, banishment, I have to concentrate for a minute for it to stay wherever it's going to be. Would I be able to understand that it went somewhere wrong and just drop concentration?
So I think this is what happens.
Well, Darius would know. If it was
well,
magic.
Raya, you're suddenly in the orb.
Cool.
And you can't just drop this concentration because what has happened is Chalmer goes inside the orb and now he's attacking your mind from within the orb. And you're going to have to defeat him on your own, basically.
Yo, I got Death Ward on.
To stop him, right?
Cool.
So let's do this. So you're like, banish, you get in his sword, and then he just goes up the channel of this, like the stream of magic you were using, and goes into the orb instead, right? And what he wants to do is take over your body instead, right? That's what he's trying to do. And
let's just discuss the fact that I have 46 hit points right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think what happens is as soon as like Uriah goes down, I'm gonna turn to Darius like, I'm taking it to different tour.
I mean, Raya probably just passes out, right? Yeah.
You know what happens? No, he's gonna look to Darius and say, "This is strangely familiar."
yeah.
This
exactly.
is the second time this has happened.
Yep. All right, I'm just kind of
Can
clearing.
Darius go up and try to use cleansing touch?
What's sad is that I can't even get her away from the orb anymore with my beans because I buried them.
Exactly. So, I mean, we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative here, and you guys can do things on the outside to try to affect what's happening, but. Raya is going to be fighting a guy inside her mind.
How boring would it have been if I had gotten advantage on that? It would have been so boring.
So boring. All right, let me find him. And you're not fighting Xaman, right? You're fighting Chalmers' mind. So this is just his actual stats here.
I got such good initiative. Just want to say.
Caleb, do we all roll initiative?
Yes. And your token should be on the map there still, so.
What? I selected my token. It didn't roll properly. Caleb, I don't know what happened there.
All right, I can add it.
I selected my token and it like unselected it or something. Maybe roll 20 glitched out or something, I don't know.
Don't worry, Raya, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on you and keep you up.
Oh, thanks.
I have an idea. I'm not sure if it would work.
Same.
Because I have this little spell called Mind Thrust, but I don't think it would work that way.
Depends. Yeah, this could be very bad for you, Raya.
George Takei here.
This could be very.
Look,
very
you know,
bad.
I'll die knowing that I annoyingly somehow taught Darius how to read.
Right.
Does this mean, though, that if this goes poorly, Alyssa will be the only one who hasn't been possessed by someone else?
Yeah, very likely.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, Raya, you get to go first, though. You can sense this happening in time, and you're like, oh, crap, and you can ready yourself to, like, do something to him.
Yo, I'm gonna cast Harm.
Do it.
At 7th level.
Oh,
Awesome. You're just like, necrotic energy, let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So he needs to make a con save.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, hey, your spell CC is higher now, right?
No, technically it shouldn't be because we haven't technically leveled up because we haven't technically.
Yeah, you haven't rested yet.
He would have saved anyway.
Yeah.
But he still takes half of this. Did it not roll?
No.
No.
14d6.
Cool. You know, he still takes 28 damage. That's real lame.
Yeah, that was not very effective. Yeah, so you blast this, and it just seems like, so, I mean, this is going to be like kind of wizard battle looking like probably a lot. So you guys, it's visualized, I think, by the arena, because that's what Raya's mind was, you're just in there, and so your mind visualizes this the same way. And so he's stepping towards you, right? And you just like, what does your harm look like when you do this?
I'm gonna say I have a really angry expression on my face, and from my horns comes silver energy, but it's very clearly angry silver.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So this energy is just like blasting from your horns, and basically what he does is he just holds up a hand and just kind of parts it like a sea, right? Just like just waves goes around him, and it seems to it hurts him somewhat, right? Because he's but steps, and now he's like right next to you, basically, right? And just a reminder, Chamer, and this is what he actually looks like. You're seeing him as his mind views himself, and so he obviously has his like fire genasi tiefling kind of mix thing going on, and yeah, so that's what he looks like.
And you've kept it where you did not restore his spells from the fight, correct?
Well, the thing is, this isn't Xaman, right? This is Zaman's body is not the same as Chamer's mind. And so he definitely, I'll take down some spell slots, but he has a different character sheet, so it's not going to translate one for one, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm going to take off some spell slots.
I have an idea, guys. It's stupid, but I have an idea.
I also have an idea that I really don't want to use because it's gonna make it. Oh my gosh! It's not gonna go well for Ari if she does it, but it might save Raya if needed.
See, what's really sad is Darius could potentially get this all taken care of, maybe. But Darius goes last, so both of your bad ideas get to happen before me.
Well, I definitely won't do my bad idea of my first round. It'll definitely be like a last-ditch effort sort of a thing.
You give your ex a call and try to get Miggy to come in.
No, I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
You don't need no god.
Okay, so first he's going to cast haste on himself. Oh, wait, sorry. It's not your turn. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I will say this, because here's the thing. When we talked about giving up the ring, it's still in Atabai's hand. It never actually went to Darius.
Yep.
Let me ask you this, Caleb. I'll probably have to roll Arcana for it. If I put this on Raya's finger, will Teppan materialize?
Yes, absolutely. That is a fantastic idea.
Yes!
You can do it. Yeah.
Okay. I think I was like, oh, frick. You just gotta.
And I want you to make an Arcana check to see like how effective that is, like whether or not it does happen exactly as you're thinking. But that general sentiment definitely is what's gonna happen.
22.
Yeah. So basically, Teppan appears, and on your turn, right, you can do something as Atabai on the outside as well on their turn, but also Teppan is there.
Okay, wait. I want to see something.
Yeah. So Teppan materializes to help Raya out. The question is, will he? Because
that is honestly what I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of what could Atabai say that would make.
That was a very clever idea, by the way. That's a good job.
Oh, as soon as I realized, I was like, oh.
Yeah, because this is all happening in the mind. So.
Because I'm trying to think if Atabai, trying to think if Teppan knows who Chalmer is, or if there's a connection to Chalmer and Teppan. But I can't think of one. Because Chalmer's working with the other cats, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll ask this too. How much does Teppan have? Because essentially what's going to happen, he's going to put on his ring and kind of hold the ring on the finger, kind of so Atabai can like maybe still communicate with Teppan.
Sure.
Help me think, guys. What could Atabai say to Teppan to make this work?
I mean, you could basically say, like, you once swore to serve the god of death. This is his servant, helper.
Oh, that's right. He had the geish.
He had the. Yeah. I was literally about to point that out. He has the geish. So,
like, you say something along the lines of, "You swore fealty to me. Take that." How did you word that? You swore fealty to the god of death. In fulfill your oath. That's what he'll say. Yep. And Teppan kind of hears this in his mind. Teppan hears this in his mind, and as he's saying it, he can feel that he can just see the sword just kind of materialize in his hand. And he is going to, I will say this, he will probably do this, but he's going to do it very reluctantly.
Yeah.
Because literally it's like the geish, it's like the feeling of like just push that he can't resist, that resisting hurts. So he's going to do what all can he do?
You can just act like normal.
Okay, yep. Sweet.
Your full hit points, your character sheet.
He'll say this. Atabai says like, fulfill your oath, or at least take out your frustration.
Yeah. Cool.
Because honestly, that's probably what he's going to do. He's going to attack Chalmer, but not because he wants to, but because he's just so freaking like, letting out all his. Yeah, he's letting out all his anger and stuff on him. He's like, runs up to him, and he's going to run between Raya and him, and I think he's just going to slash just because I think it makes the most sense. Because any other kind of spell would be concentration or just possibly not work.
Just use an Eldritch Blast and then use your reaction to hit him and flash him.
We've decided last time that it would be a disadvantage, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just run up and just slash him. And it makes a little more sense right now just to just punch him in the face. So he's just going to... I don't think I get sneak attack damage because Raya's not close enough. Or is it just that... Let me read this again. Or another enemy creatures within 5 feet. So I don't get sneak attack damage. Sure, I'll just hit him with Midnight.
Yep.
26. Come on, mouse. 9 damage.
Cool stuff.
That's it.
Awesome. So he's gonna cast haste on himself. And then, because he has a special thing, he is going to go ahead and just step over to you, Raya, and then make a weapon attack as a bonus action because he can. So 22, I assume that hits?
Yeah.
So just the first thing. So 8 and then 23 poison damage.
What the heck?
And then you have disadvantage on your next saving throw you make against a spell the Drow casts before the end of the Drow's next turn. It's the stat block I'm using is like a dark elf, but yeah. And then also because he cast haste on himself, he gets another action. But he also had like a special bonus action thing he could do, so that's why I did that. Let's see. He probably will just attack you.
I don't think I can do anything.
I want to use my reaction to Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, nice. Okay, cool.
Does he needs to a dex save, but it's really 18.
Okay. Yep. I think a 30 probably does it.
Cool. So he takes 7 fire damage, but he might be immune.
Yeah, he should be, even though the stat blocks doesn't necessarily have it, but yeah, he would be because he's a genasi. So he actually takes
I tried.
3. Cool. And then his other action that he gets on haste, he's going to do Cone of Cold.
Cool. Love it.
On both of you, obviously. So make a DC 18 con save.
Yeah, well, I'm going to use
my... We'll take 31 cold damage.
I'm going to use my uncanny dodge. Use my reaction to half the damage. So that's 15 or 16?
It'd be 15, yeah.
My death ward activates and I have 1 hit point.
Nice. And so I think the Cone of Cold, it's kind of weird because it looks like he's shooting fire at you, but like it's almost like inverse fire where like it's so hot that it's cold. That's how your mind is kind of viewing it in this weird mindscape right now. He's shooting this like white blue kind of cold flame at you. But yeah, that's his turn.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to tell if his scimitar that he used, the poison damage that is done, is because of magic effect?
It's just regular poison.
Okay.
Yep. And obviously this is all in your mind, but that's the way it works, yeah.
So like it's because the blade has poison on it.
The blade has actual poison on it, yes.
That continuously is there and is not provided by magical means.
Yes.
Well, that's stupid.
Sorry.
I don't like that.
Darius, what do you do from the outside? Too bad Orbeus isn't in there.
Yeah, 1 episode too.
Yeah,
literally.
Thanks a lot.
I'm not the one who didn't.
Wait, do I get myself and Sabu to help me?
On your turn, on your turn, you can definitely try to like call people to your aid.
Oh my gosh, would that be a whole action?
No.
Oh, okay.
It'd probably be.
Yo, where my guardians at?
I think it would probably be a roll. Like there's stuff happening right now that's interfering with like just the normal like you're in control of everything. But I wouldn't make you like use your whole action to do that. But you can make a roll to be like, please help me. So, Darius, what are you doing?
So. Question.
Mm-hmm.
What happened is the spell the banish spell is used, and it requires the concentration, and she's not able to break the concentration because she's in the orb.
Yeah.
Even though I got damaged.
No, and the way this works is because you got the crit fail. This is not even the banish spell anymore. This is just you've opened up a link into your mind, and he's found it.
Just like how Teppan got in
exactly
his situation.
Yeah.
So cleansing touch wouldn't work to just...
No.
You could heal her.
Yeah, if you heal her from the outside, I'm totally fine with it healing her mind as well.
And probably on his turn, like, and as because I have an idea that kind of like, since there's a connection between Teppan and Atsubai, he's kind of like seeing a little bit, and he's saying like, keep her up.
Yeah. So, Darius, you want to do your healing stuff?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm feeling a 1 out of 107 right now.
You can just dump 70 lay on hands points into her, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
We're gonna rest after this. Do all it takes.
Yeah, I'm gonna dump 70.
Hey, this is
that, and actually no.
First, yeah, do the bonus action.
First is the bonus action heal.
Yeah.
So that would be.
Wow, I'm getting paid back all the hit points I've given to others.
You get 9 and then 70. So
79. There you go. You're at 80.
Do you want to keep like 1 to bring her back up just in case?
No, because I have the.
The half. Yeah.
It's the turn the tide that he can do every time.
Never mind.
But good thought. Good thought.
Cool. And lay on hands is an action, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's your whole turn. Ari, what are you doing?
Well,
not a whole lot.
I had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I think I look at my bracelet of teleportation. I'll look at the orb, and I'm like,
Would you know if that works?
You wouldn't, but you could try it.
I just don't know if that's a good idea or not.
I think, could Darius have a free action here?
I was going to say, like, the way to make that work is to say, Darius, make this, get me to the orb. Like,
well, I was going to say, like, Darius probably sees that and he's just like, no. I've been in there. We do not want that. Trust me.
Okay, I mean, so I think Ari, just for this, now that she knows that, I think she's just going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. Cool. Give her some more hit points. I think that's just good. For now, I think that's going to be her best option. So until we get more desperate, basically.
Yeah. Yes. If we get desperate, I mean.
So take another 18.
Cool.
Whoa.
All right, Raya. What you do?
I'm so strong right now. I think I'm probably laying on the ground.
Yes.
So I'd like to use half my movement to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And then
she's lying on the cold hard ground.
And I guess I'd like to call out. You guys are disappear when you could actually be useful.
Yeah, that'll get them there.
It's me talking to me.
I know.
You know?
Do you want to use I don't know, persuasion check, I guess?
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And I just at the end of that little sentence I go, you know, if I die, I don't think it would be a good fate for you guys either.
Oh, hold up. So if Raya dies here, could her old mind just take over?
Probably. Yeah.
Like it's like a backup, you know. It's just like
literally, yeah. It's a store on the hard drive, yeah.
25.
Nice.
Yeah. So you're asking for Raya and Sabu to help?
Yeah.
Sounds good. So I'm gonna bring a copy of your character sheet.
2 Rayas.
Boom.
I want to maximize your character's turn.
Yeah. Does Ryorb have all her fresh spells?
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, I guess it is essentially just another copy of Raya because she shares all the memories.
Exactly. Yeah.
She just has. Well, I guess no. Does Raya have the memories of Orb Raya? Does it work both ways?
No.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yes, no, because they can move around while not in the orb.
Exactly.
There we go.
So technically, the Orb Raya knows more than.
She knows secrety secrets.
Yes.
She's been making out with Sabu and
I mean, yeah.
You know, whatnot.
She's probably a little more chipper.
Okay.
Go kiss Sabu as a free action. It's like bardic inspiration.
Well, this is all in the mind, right? So that's got to be like healing.
And I'll just go ahead and add Sabu to the and I'll play Sabu.
As you do.
I mean, who else would be playing Sabu?
I know. I just thought I'd specify that. But yeah, you can obviously play yourself. You can't play yourself this turn, but you can still do stuff. But then next turn, Raya
Emily,
can do stuff.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Okay, I would like to walk my. Oh, am I right up next to him? I wasn't. He walked up to me.
Yes.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to 1, 2, flank.
Yeah.
And cast inflict wounds.
Nice.
And I'm going to cast it at a 4th level. 28.
Yeah.
That hits.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. I said 4th. So that's 29, 36 damage.
Nice.
And that's all I got.
And then, so 36 damage. That is, someone say, what's half of 36? My brain.
18.
18. Okay.
18? Why does he only take half?
No. He has to make a con save to keep his haste up.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And the DC is 18.
What are you talking about?
So,
yeah, he thinks it.
Okay, would it be better if I cast 3 Eldritch Blasts to try and make him save 3? Yeah, I think that's better. In the action.
Because that would be a straight roll, yeah.
What? Wait.
Because you have a disadvantage because you're 5 feet away from him, but you have.
Oh, I was gonna use a free action to disengage using one of my whatchamajigget's cunning action.
Yeah.
So use a cunning action to disengage.
Got it.
I will move right here and then Eldritch Blast him 3 times.
Got it.
I would rather
my reaction to hit him.
Exactly. So that's 4 opportunities potentially. It means less damage potentially, but it means him dropping haste, which is a little more important right now. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, and one of them's a crit.
Yeah, the 13 doesn't hit, but yeah.
Okay, so Eldritch Blast 1, 10.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast 2, 14.
11.
Oh, yeah, 11. Oh my gosh!
Okay, I'm gonna.
And then he gets pushed. He gets pushed 20 feet.
Hit him with my mace.
He saves both times.
But I thought it was an 18. Oh no, because of that. Okay. No.
Does a 20
it's a 10 now. Yeah, it's just depending on the damage.
Okay.
I'm assuming a 20 hits.
Yep. Mm.
Cool.
Oh my god, he literally has to like crit fail in order to break down his
then,
Yep.
So it hits with the 8, but then it also does 6 extra radiant damage.
Nice.
Dang it!
And so we got 21 and 35, right? Because you did another 14. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's pushed back 20 feet.
Cool. So there you go. All right.
Good job, team.
It's his turn. He is going to go ahead and...
Not that it matters. His speed is doubled.
Cry, right?
Let's see.
I'm not sure my Eldritch Blast can do enough damage to make it harder for him to fail.
Probably not, but we still got 35 damage on him.
Yeah, I'm just one. Yeah, and you hitting him as well helps, I guess, because... Yeah.
So he is just going to rush up to you. He knows that his best chance of winning this fight is just totally mortifying you.
True.
And so he's going to do his haste full action twice.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 6 scimitar attacks.
Whoa.
Hey.
Okay, whoa.
Does only 2 of them miss? The 17 and the 13?
Yep, that'd be correct.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's do...
So all that damage.
Okay, so 23, 33, 43, 52, 61, 71, 79, 85, 95. Oop, I'm down barely.
Dang it! Just barely down.
So
down.
he just anime slashes
worry.
you a bajillion times.
I can heal myself.
That's true, yeah. Darius, it's you.
Oops, he did it again.
If we can get him surrounded by other Raya.
I mean, well, we really don't want other Raya to go down either, because
Well, my point
worst
is...
worst comes to worst, we could just get other Raya out.
Mm-hmm. Well, my point was, if I can get all of us around him, I do the Eldritch Blast 3 times, and we just have so many opportunities to make him drop the haste, potentially, but he can always cast it again.
Yeah. I have no clue what I'm going to do. My turn.
Guys, how boring would this session have been if I had tried to tell a dumb story I made up?
I appreciate
to
you,
get
Em.
advantage. So boring. That was the answer.
Okay, so crazy thought, Caleb.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
Is he... Would he technically be considered within 30 feet of me?
Chom? No.
Okay.
No, you can't interact with Charmer.
Okay. I tried. I'm like, hey, what if I just use the hood to scare him?
Nah. Yeah, that won't work. You could try teleporting yourself into the orb again, but...
I mean, I have learned how to jump between...
Mm-hmm.
I've learned how to jump between...
You just told Ari not to do that, though.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, but she's,
because
she's not good at
I
it.
have no experience with it.
Yeah.
True.
I just have a spell that lets me teleport places, but I don't know how to make it transport me to a plane.
Yeah.
I mean, can you take me with you? Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Technically, yes.
I'm like, Darius, let's go.
Oh my gosh, no, I need Darius
we can too.
I need Darius to stay out so he can just heal me up every single round without getting hurt.
Yeah.
Well, he does that as a bonus action.
Right, but
yes, but if I stay out, then I don't get hit. So I'll be able to continually heal her one way or the other. So and that's kind of my thought.
You could just send Ari in there.
Oh, jeez. I don't want Ari in my mind. What if she doesn't fully come out? Or Briar would kill me.
I would kill me. Would that be suicide? Is that how that works? Like, yeah. Anyway.
No, I think like Ari's gonna be like, send me now.
Send me in, coach.
Like bonus action, heal her right now and send me in.
Yeah, we're gonna bonus action heal for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel so much better.
Cool. And then you're gonna...
Darius, send me in now. I'm useless out here. I can't do anything.
Ari, do you know about that? Like, could you, actually say that to him, or...
Well, I mean, like, he's transported to other planes before. Like, we've gone to the Feywild before. Like,
yeah, but I don't think
so,
Ari knows that the orb is an actual place in the same way. I don't know.
Can you send me there?
Ari, make an Arcana check for me. I want to know if you would think of this even.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration on this. Good. Actually, no, never mind, because I have a lucky dice, so I'll just
got it. Yeah,
if I need it.
15. I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna use a lucky then. Boom! I know.
Yeah.
You lucky.
I'm like, send me now. Go. I don't care what happens to me. If something happens to her, this whole thing is over.
It's true. If Chalmer kills Riot, takes over her body, this whole thing is just gone.
Yeah, I think Riot or Darius. Oh my gosh.
Did you just call
you just called your own character Raya?
I mean, Ari's done that before, but
I have, yeah.
But that makes a little bit more sense.
Here's the thing: all three of our characters are similar in names. Like Darius's name is kind of like the bridge between Raya and Ari.
Darius, yeah.
Darius.
Yeah. Anyway. I think Darius, not Raya, Darius, just kind of like frustratingly like pulls his hair and his beard and like just does that kind of thing for a second.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll send you in, but if you don't come out, I swear. Or no. But if you die in that, I swear, I will resurrect you, kill you, and then kill you myself, and then resurrect you again.
Fine.
All right. I mean, I think you've been doing this through persuasion, right?
Was it persuasion or was it charisma save?
No, I think we went back and forth on that for a little while, but I decided because saves are something when something's acting against you, you're acting against something else, so it would be a skill.
Okay,
it would be like a charisma check, but I'm fine with you doing like persuasion because you're actually trained in it.
Okay.
Right, using your force of personality to transport her through the cycle, or not through the cycle, but through the planes.
Right. Okay.
To the mini dimension that is the orb.
Okay. Well,
and you get to go into the orb, and you get to go into the orb.
The only one of the original cast that hasn't been in the orb yet is Toity. Because Tepin's been in there now.
So I'm just gonna use my persuasion. I'm gonna use my advantage.
Got it.
Persuasion. Yeah.
Didn't need it. Okay, 22. Yep. All right. It's worked right now. You're fine. There's no bad consequences or anything like that, at least so far. So you appear. Boom.
Okay, great.
And then it's your turn. So what do you do?
Okay, so I immediately back up because I don't want to die. I just want to protect Raya. I see that there's two of them, and I'm like, is there?
Okay, there's one on the ground.
Whatever. Okay,
I think
anyways,
I should probably protect the one on the ground right now.
Do you have bonus action healing word, or is that...
No, just cure wounds. So I'm going to be much more effective doing damage than actual, like...
Where are the other guardians at this point? Like...
Basically, the way that this works is because Chalmer has created this weird kind of like tainting mind link thing, they can't just randomly show up. Raya can make another roll to like get some more people to help her, but...
Okay.
So I will... use my action to shoot him with silence.
How fitting would it be if this whole sequence was Raya continually asking for help? Because that's specifically like her thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I will pull out silence, shoot him twice.
Yep.
Nice.
Both of them hit, obviously.
Oh, and as a bonus action, I'll cast Hunter's Mark.
Right.
So that'll be flash roll. 2d6 for 11 more damage.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you're wounded him pretty severely.
2 concentration checks.
Yep.
Yes.
But it's still DC 10, so it still has to be a...
Yep. And it's
eventually
just 2 DC 10s, yeah.
Or just impossible to fail.
Well, only
he needs to get a crit fail, basically.
Yeah, he needs to get a crit fail, yeah.
Which he did not.
Dang it!
He does not. I mean, and I that's my turn.
Cool.
So.
All right, it's Sabu's turn. Sabu is going to cast...
His burdens upon Jesus because he cares for you.
Oh my. Sabu's going to step over and cast heal on you, giving you 70 points of healing, Raya.
Nice.
And then he is going to...
this isn't a nightmare anymore. It's kind of like a dream.
Yeah.
As I am fully opening my eyes on the ground and just seeing Sabu looking with care in his eyes down at me as he heals me.
Exactly. I don't think he really has any other bonus
and then I
things
remember what is happening.
Right,
and
yeah,
is
exactly.
that again?
Yeah, I think that's it for him. Raya, both of you get to go.
Okay, so I have 2 full turns, basically?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So I'm going to move this
Raya has full hit points and full spell slots.
Yes, so I'm going to move that Raya and flank him and figure out...
Flanking with yourself!
Flanking with myself.
Now I can't flank him.
Add it to the list, Jordan. Flanking with myself. Flanking with myself.
Yep. adding it.
Because I'm
I wanna listen to that song now.
myself. It's a good one. It's a good one. Take
Sorry.
another drink, because it gives me time to think.
You know how I know that song? This is the strangest place to have heard this song for the first time. Burnout 3.
Interesting. The only reason I know about that song is Flushed Away.
It was in the first season of Glee.
It would be. Yeah,
and on that soundtrack that I purchased for my dad for Christmas one year.
So, oh, hey, Em, did I ever tell you that Chris Colfer went to one of our schools?
No.
Yeah, he went to Clovis East. He's graduated a year after me, or before me. It was like, he was all the rage. That's why Glee was so big in Fresno, because they were like, oh my God, Chris is in Glee.
Okay. Or Briya is going to cast inflict wounds on him at a very high level. And that level is going to be, 7th level.
Nice.
Hopefully this hits with advantage. 18?
Yep.
Whew. Said 7th. Okay.
Oh, wow.
No!
Kidding?
So bad.
You
that was worse than the other one.
You killed him. You overkilled him by 17. 27,
cool.
Rather. Yeah. He had 7 hit points left. So.
Oh. Well, okay.
Congrats.
Well,
I mean, it turns out when you keep teleporting people in to help you, eventually it's a 7-on-1 and there's no chance that he has. So
still, we were nervous.
I mean, yeah, Briya went down like twice. So
if he had a chance to hit her like that again, he could have killed her straight out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is this?
In fact, he would have.
This is episode 64.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So there you go. Chalmer, at least this mind version of him is dead. And
can Briya grab his scimitar to keep?
Sure. Why not?
Cool. So Briya has his really cool poison scimitar that's somehow not magic, but does a bunch of poison damage every time.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's what the stock block says.
So Ari's just gonna go, like, it's gonna be like that Spider-Man thing where she's just like,
there's 2 of you.
Yep.
Like, what's up, Raya?
And I just kind of like look over. I'm still on the. I guess I would have stood up as part of my thing to give advantage, and just kind of look over and be like, "What are you doing here?"
I came to help you.
Get out of my room.
And I kind of just go, yeah, well, how are you getting out?
Darius, I guess. I don't.
At this point,
see him around here.
I will say also at this point, as soon as it happens, like Atsubai's been like closing his eyes, concentrating on the ring. As soon as it opens it, looks to Darius, slays last side. They're safe.
All right, Darius attempts to pull.
I wanted to add that because.
So this is the thing, Darius. I don't think you can just get her out by like touching the orb or anything. I think you need to actually go in yourself and get them out. Yeah, like you can send. I think you have to be on. Yeah.
This is such an invasion of privacy.
It really is. Yeah, but you're much better at this now, Darius. So it should go really well. So make another persuasion check.
I think Darius is like, well, okay, I'll go and get them.
The good thing is we'll know. Okay.
All right. Yep. That's fine. You go in. So Darius is now inside the orb again. And then Darius,
I just like slowly start making the arena smaller and smaller to be like, okay,
everyone out.
Up. There's not enough room for all of us.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Darius, you do notice it is Teppan in here if you wanted to try and talk to him about the sword stuff better.
And that's the thing. I feel like this would be a good moment for Darius to have that conversation if you wanted to. And another thought you have, Darius, is if you're in here, you could probably get Ryorb and Sabu orb or
Suborb.
Sabu. I don't remember what we said. You could try to get them all out,
Orbu.
right?
But why would you want to get mind Raya out?
Well, you could no. You could, Darius. This is what you could do. You could just do the thing that you did before, and have her mind get back into her mind, right? Like connect their minds again. Because that's what happened to you. Remember? That's what Orbius was. It was like a piece of your mind that kind of got copied, but if you bring it back, you're like fully yourself again in the mind realm.
But look,
you can try to fix all that.
It's helpful having an extra Raya in here for times such as these.
But that's Emily talking, not Raya talking.
Well, also, I don't understand the appeal of having it added to back to myself.
It would cause a lot less existential crises.
But then I'd have the existential crisis of the fact that I lived out time with Sabu, but I didn't really do it. But I did. But I can't do that ever again, really.
Yeah. Anyway, Darius is really the focal point of this. What do you want to do here? These are the options you see before you.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. So you need to get out. You can get yourself out.
Who's he talking to?
Okay, so like Darius points to Ari and says, "You need to get out." Then he turns over to both Rayas and says, one of you can get yourself out." And then he turns,
kind of go, "I have to be the last one."
Yeah, Darius starts like, "I can't figure it." Then he points to Teppan and says, "You should definitely come out with us." And then he points over to Raya and Sabu and is like, "What?"
Look, you remember.
No, you were
knew
there.
Orbius.
You know about them.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you have all of Orbius's
Oh,
memories.
right.
Yeah.
It's like, I can get these two out if I... I think he points to them.
Well, because the problem, though, is that getting out Mind Sabu is that he doesn't have a body to go to. Is the problem.
There is a body currently available.
I don't think Raya wants to make out with Xaman. No, we need other Sabu to die so that way we could put this Sabu's mind in that one. That would be the best case scenario.
If you did like the pet name thing where you like combine the names for them, it would be Ramen.
Right, Raya and Xaman. Ramen is their ship name.
Oh dear.
I don't even want to think about them as a ship. That they're not even a boat. Like
they're not even a child's raft. Strung together in a summer evening.
Okay, all right, Jordan. What do you want to do with Teppan?
I want to talk to him and be like, "Yo, you should come out and either get in Xaman or live in my sword."
Well, Xaman might come too. We don't know that.
Yeah, that's the thing. You should probably at least wait on that to see if that happens.
What are you actually going to say then?
So I think Darius turns to Teppan and says, "It's good to see real you again, and I can get you out of here."
He's just going to say, Atabai can get me out of here perfectly fine.
Well,
in fact, actually,
so another thought you randomly have, Darius, given the connection that's happening right now, I think you could probably take Teppan and try to invade Atabai's mind and switch again. You could probably make that happen. Teppan would have to care, but the thing is, Darius, with your abilities, you see all of these possibilities before you. You have to just decide which one you want to pursue.
I'm not sure Teppan's going to be that great of a companion right now, I'm just going to be honest.
But also, Darius, from what you know of the cosmology of this setting, it's actually pretty bad for Teppan not to be in his own body. Like, the universe itself is like, that's not right. Teppan needs to be in his body.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also just decide to put him in your sword and power your sword if you cared more about magic swords than...
See, I would honestly prefer to just put Teppan back in his body and put
Atabai in your sword.
Atabai in my sword.
You could, yeah.
Does the person who's in the sword does the thing that's in the sword have to be willingly in there to help out?
I think in the situation Darius is in right now, given that he is in the orb and has this mind, you're in the mind realm basically now, right? So Darius has power here. He can make any of these things happen with a good enough roll.
Well, but my point is not so much that
Like,
it would be like Atabai being put in the ring again, right? It would just be he's in a different magic item.
But here's my main question. Like if Atabai was in the sword, would Atabai like have to willingly give power to the sword? Because here's my thought.
There'd probably be a way Darius could enslave him to the sword, but it would be way better if it's willing.
Because my thought is, if Atabai goes in the sword, he's going to do his best to make it a cursed sword. Because he has freedom right now the way he sees it.
Well, and here's what I think. Maybe just stepping away from characters for just a second. What does Seth want to do?
That's a good question.
Want to play Atabai, or does he want to play Teppan?
Teppan was boring. Teppan had a backstory that didn't end up mattering because the character he was after died before he existed.
Yeah. So then I think that's where we need to drive and that's just Seth. You're gonna, just have to convince Darius that Teppan is just gonna be better at the sword. And at first, of course, maybe I want it, I didn't want, of course, I probably would have told you, get me back in Atabai, but Atabai has good points, and maybe I'd just be better somewhere else. And of course, that's defeat talking. But
here's the thing: Teppan could eventually be convinced to get out, but right now here's the thing. I was already going to say this. So Teppan said Atabai can get me out perfectly fine. What is the one thing you're going to say before Atabai takes the ring off? Because here's the thing: Atabai has no reason to keep the ring on him anymore. Atabai is going to take the ring off,
which is why I'm saying, Darius, that whatever you want to do with Teppan is going to. The window's closing fast.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was thinking, if Seth wanted to play Teppan, then my thought was, why don't I just take this opportunity to destroy Atabai?
And you definitely could, but if Seth is more interested in playing Atabai, then it makes more sense to just pursue a different tack. I would just laying out all the options.
With Erendira dead and Teppan really not having any goals, Atabai feels more interesting to play.
The universe itself screams out against it, but yeah, let's do it.
The other thing is, if Teppan, I kind of do in one sense want to get Teppan out of the ring, but I want the ring to be empty. Because here's the thing: if the ring's empty, if Atabai ever dies, he doesn't actually die. He just goes back in the ring, which means he.
So you know what? Atabai probably wants that to happen then.
Yeah.
Atabai probably, honestly, you know what? Let's abstract this. Darius, do you want Teppan in the sword? Is that what you want? You down with that?
We can make it take a little longer if you want to,
because my thought is, I was just going to say, my thought is, even if this doesn't happen in the immediate right now, if you just had a conversation with Atabai and explained to him what you wanted, that actually would probably be a thing you could just do, right? You could just figure out how to do it, because Atabai is probably like, yeah, you know what? It would be nice to have a phylactery, basically.
Yeah. Atabai's like, hey, you know what? Maybe that's what happened last time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. He had the ring on him when he got killed, and he went in the ring. They kept it, and the
Hellcats.
No, I was gonna say the Chippewa clan specifically.
Right, I'm saying that the Hellcats probably gave it to the Chippewa clan.
And they got it, and they're like, oh, there's a god in here. Yeah. Let's worship it. And I was like, okay, I'm here. Can you get me out of here? And he's been trying forever to get out of there.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, I feel uncomfortable with a thing in here. But I don't want to tell. I don't want to tell them to get Teppan out of here because then they're just going to swap me out.
Yeah.
So.
But just still being in player talk. What do you want, Jordan?
I want. Having the sword powered back up would be cool.
Emily. The girls' room. Sorry, just side comment.
The girls' room.
That was cute.
I would like to have the sword powered up. I don't want to throw Teppan away entirely. Like, I don't want to just be like, okay, well, that's...
And that's not what you would be doing, right, by putting him in the sword. He would be there for safekeeping. Honestly, it's probably a safer place than any for him right now, because, especially with Otabai's particular feelings about the ring.
Especially since...
Here's the thing. I think the way Darius could phrase it to Teppan is like, if you don't want to be Teppan again, like, you don't want to go in your body, then how about you find another purpose and help me?
Yeah.
Right? Like, rather than just sitting around, like, you don't even have to do anything. You just sit in my sword and, like, I get to use you, basically.
And specifically what it could be, the way you can phrase it too, Darius, is like, you know, Teppan, okay, you have all these regrets. You don't think you did well in life. Well, let me be the ideal for you. Let me be the purpose. Let me be the hand, and you don't have to think about whether or not you're going to fail or not. That's all on me now. You just have to help me. You just have to say yes.
Right. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of how to phrase it, because I'll basically say that. I'm just thinking of how to phrase it.
Yeah, how Darius would say it.
I think Darius says, your plans may not have turned out the way that you wanted them to. You may feel defeated, like all you have right now is failure. But you don't have purpose. And Darius reaches out his hand. So, I'm giving you a choice. You could come to be with me, and you can help me. You can help me put an end to all of this craziness, all of this chaos. Or, and I think he says, and you wouldn't be able to fail because, well, it's on me.
And is that all you say? I will say,
I think he also says,
you don't have a long time before.
I guess that's probably all he says.
Okay, so it's just like you end with like, if it's a failure, it's not on you. I think that does kind of hit Teppan, but before he can respond, he kind of phases out as Atabai takes the ring off.
Yeah. And then Darius turns and kind of does like finger guns towards the other two and looks at Raya. So it's like, so these two, do you want them here? Do you want them out?
Yeah, I'm curious about what Raya actually wants.
Yeah.
You know, great question.
Because we all know what Emily wants. Because I mean, Raya knows what will happen if... Well, I mean, okay, so you could have Darius just get rid of this weird copy of Raya. I don't think you necessarily know about the, like, melding minds again thing. But if you did know about that, you'd maybe be more opposed to that because of the memory thing that would come attached to it.
I guess if I'm getting the option, I would maybe ask Orbs Taboo.
Ooh, yeah.
To see if he wanted to keep Raya or if he would be okay being alone.
Yeah, that would suck.
So
Orbius did it. It'll be fine.
So I think
he wasn't for a long time.
He looks back and forth between the two Rayas, and he just says, I think he starts to say something and then can't really think of the words, and he looks at Darius and he says, Darius, metaphysically, what's actually going on here? Are there two Rayas, Or is this just the same Raya, split?
And then we cut to like Professor Darius, who has like the
but you explain it to him.
And, yeah. So I think Darius, I explain. So it's not actually that there's two of them. It's more like part of her is right there, and part of her is right there.
And then I think he looks back at like the actual you, Raya, and he says, I mean, it sounds like the best option for you is to be whole again, right? He seems to just be ignoring your question about what's best for him, like...
Because that's what true love does.
But would I be whole knowing that you're suffering inside this orb?
And then, so he says that, and then he looks back at Darius and he says, I was brought here for a particular purpose. Do you think you could send me back, Darius? I think my time might be fading here.
No!
And I think he sorts of kind of, he shivers almost a little bit. You're not sure why at first, but he says, I don't want to go back to the place I was. But I always knew that this was not real. Not really. I think when this is all over, I think you can figure it out. What this all means, where we all go, and why it's like that. But I don't think I need to be here for that to happen. And it might be better for everyone if I go.
Which means it's easier for Caleb to keep track of.
Yeah, it'd be so much easier to just consolidate everything right now, guys.
Raya, after he says that, Raya, like, goes over and, like, slaps him and then kisses him.
Okay.
Ari's just like...
Because Raya's like, how dare you say that it's better for everyone for you to not be here? But then it's also like, you're trying to do what's best.
Mm-hmm. And then I think he hugs you, and then he says, he said kind of over your shoulder to Darius. He says, thanks for bringing me. She really needed it.
Darius nods and says, we all needed it.
And like Darius, you know that really what you did is you brought his soul here. So this isn't even right in the first place. Like, this is probably not working well for him to be here in the first place, because this isn't his mind, right? This is his soul that you brought, because that was the only thing
I'm gonna
that's...
get some practice with some soul.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it just makes more sense to send him back, because who knows if being here longer might be bad. Like, it might end up turning into something that it shouldn't. So it's probably just better to send him back.
So, but Darius, no, like, this is soul stuff that's going on. So Darius is about to get some practice with some
I was going to say, yeah,
stuff.
you're not as familiar with it, so it is more dangerous, but...
Yeah.
Whatever Darius does, if it has to do with a role, I will guide him.
I was going to say, hold up. This is his soul.
And also, Raya will guide him.
I mean, yeah, literally Darius shunted a soul into the mind realm. He wasn't supposed to do that, but he did.
Right. So couldn't you... Well, no, I guess you don't have the body. I was going to say, in theory, could you cast Revivify on him?
No. Yeah.
That was just a thought, because it's like...
Revivify is specifically a body magic thing.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah. Well, because it's when your mind goes into the mind realm, but your soul hasn't left yet.
Yeah, the idea is, right, when you're in the physical world, all three of you, right, the mind, the body, and the soul are all in one place. When you die, you go to the mind realm, your body stays behind. Your soul and your mind are still intertwined, and then the mind stays in the mind realm, who knows where it goes, and then the soul, goes into the soul realm, right? It kind of slowly separates outward.
Right.
And so maybe what Darius did was like find a shadow, like use his soul to find a shadow of him still in the cognitive realm somewhere and bring him back. But either way, it's not a good thing. It probably isn't going to work very much longer. It's probably best to just end it now if he's going to just be stuck here by himself anyway.
Yeah, so I think Darius, with like one last comment to Sabu, says, you know, I tried to save you. I guess I grabbed the wrong guy.
He shrugs.
Darius tried to.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, the first time. Yeah. He shrugs and he says, you couldn't have known, Darius. I mean, literally, you lost all your memories by that point. You didn't even know that you were from another cycle.
That's true. Well, also, like, Darius was probably more familiar with the one from his cycle.
Right,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so... and so Darius kind of, like, gives a half smile and says, if you see me, the other me, tell him I said thank you.
Say it again.
Darius says...
Alyssa, can you mute yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Good.
Wait, what am I doing?
No, this in the background.
Oh, is it my husband? I'm sorry. I can't even hear him. I'm sorry. Here, I'll go close this.
Darius says, oh, man, what was it that I just said? Oh, if you'll see me there, the other me, tell me I said thank you.
He nods. He says, I'll try.
Darius attempts to send
Sabu back.
Sabu.
Cool stuff. Do it. Roll persuasion.
Guidance. Do I get guidance?
Yeah. Does Orbriah get to give him guidance as well?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, so you get 2d4.
Okay. So do I roll those now?
Might as well, yeah. All right, so whatever you get plus 2.
Seriously?
Look, it's better
persuasion?
than plus 0.
Yeah. Persuasion, yep.
You know, it's easier to persuade a mind than a soul.
Yep.
What?
You get
4.
I was like half expecting a crit fail.
See, that's kind of what I was thinking.
So Sabu just dissipates. Infinity War style. And then, I guess, Raya, you look at yourself.
We both, like, look at each other with, like, tears in our eyes.
And then, Darius, you want to fix that?
It's just like, you're all I have. Oh.
They go to hug each other and they just merge.
That's probably what it is going to be, right?
Like, you don't even let me hug myself?
Would you actually do that, Raya?
I don't know if I would hug myself. I think we're more the kind of gals who would look at each other, make eye contact, and we're both like about to start crying, and then walk to opposite corners to sit down in a fetal position.
Yeah, you guys are, have tears streaming down your cheeks, and then Darius, if you want to fix them, now would be the time. Yeah,
do I want to fix them? I mean,
it's kind of what you told them that you would just do.
Yeah, if you don't now Raya's gonna hate you.
Now Raya will just be stuck by herself in here forever.
Yeah, we fixie this little thing here, and maybe, just maybe, she'll have some sort of like thing that's helpful to her now.
If you got high enough roll, maybe.
Oh, you're right.
Why not?
Just saying.
I mean, you did, right? You got to perfect going through the cycle or the planes.
So, oh man, I'm like, I feel like a soul surgeon. No, I'm a mind surgeon right now. Like,
yeah. Uh-huh. You're trying to merge and stitch these back together.
Yeah. It's alive. Okay.
I'm just waiting for this is gonna go well, and then the moment he has to send back Ari, something's gonna go wrong.
I mean, if he's gonna have to keep rolling the same persuasion over and over again, something's gonna go bad.
Go wrong
at some point.
Okay.
Okay. So Raya, you meld once more, and you remember all of the good times with Cebu. Now, question: would this? I mean, what does this feel like to you? Is this like a pleasant memory or just a bitter memory?
It's pleasant, but also the fact that I just watched Cebu go back to wherever he came from, and I'm sure he told me about it.
Yeah.
And how that it was not a good place that he was.
It was horrible.
So, like, it's crying a lot because it's like I had the time with him, but now he's gone and not in a good way. And I just want to fix everything so we can be together in a happy place.
Well, and so this is the thing. I feel like your memories from Raya, from Raya Orb, right, is like Cebu told you basically like he's like, I think the path that you're on will lead to something that will help me. Like I can just feel it. So you have that bit of like determination in the back of your mind now. You're like, if I do this, maybe I can actually help Cebu.
Okay.
You gotta fight for your
have any
right to
drugs
some
left.
What?
I said, I wonder if I have any drugs left. You heard me.
So Darius, are you gonna get Teppan your sword now?
Oh well, you got to get me out first.
yeah.
Teppan's
you gonna do that
not
first?
even there right now, so because Achabai took off the ring.
Oh, okay,
so.
got it. I didn't notice that.
So this is the part I'm nervous about.
Yeah.
Now Ari will
Like-
be split in two.
Right? Yeah, I got everybody else out, but now Ari is going to be split.
Darius is like, okay, now, I didn't know if I could actually do this in the first place, but
I mean, technically, you gotta get both. You gotta get both of you guys out.
Yeah, exactly.
but getting myself out, I feel like is going to be a little.
Yeah.
I'd like to guide Darius again because I really don't want Ari.
Mhm.
What's in your head? In your head.
Like, well, this is more into
Ari,
Raya's head than I
Ari.
think I've ever wanted to be.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the second time I've made that joke today.
You have, yeah.
Okay, so.
Roll that persuasion. Get that crit fail. Let's do it. Oh, you can do the D4 first.
Yeah.
Hey, if you get a crit fail, it won't help at all.
Hey, which is why I'm like, maybe inspiration would be.
Do you have it?
No.
You can charge it.
Yeah.
You know what? Charge inspiration for the thing you had just with Cebu there. I feel like that was a cool kind of Darius moment of like reminiscing about the cycles and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I think I will use it here. And
Yeah, go ahead.
hopefully...
Whew. Oh my gosh, that's the lowest
15.
possibly you could get
That's
You rolled a
15.
without
two.
failing a crit
No.
roll. Okay.
Oh, so he rolled a 15 then
15.
with the guidance.
Well, I mean, obviously he gets himself out totally fine. I don't know. What would be a thing that could happen here? Because I don't want to just do the thing where, oh, there's a copy of Ari inside now. That's dumb. I don't want any more people inside the orb.
Okay, I have an
Doris
idea.
but it's
I have an
backwards.
idea, but I think it might be dumb.
Okay.
What if she accidentally gets transported to like just like a blimp of like the other plane where like Miggy is or the soul realm is?
I mean, well, that's the thing. You're in the mind realm right now. Technically, that's what the orb is.
Right.
It's like a mini dimension in the mind realm, and that's where Miggy's in the mind realm too, right? He's just in a different part. So, I mean, I feel like that is a totally perfectly. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. Darius, you didn't mean for this to happen, but here you are. You are suddenly in Miggy's like palace, mind palace without
Is it both of us?
lack of a better term. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
both of us? I thought you said Darius.
I think both of you. Well, I was going to say Darius can get himself out fine, but I think what happens is
I tried to get us both
with
out
just a
and then
15, but you're trying to get both of you out, right? So what happens is you kind of take a detour, right, through Miggy's place, because that's a part of the mind realm you're familiar with, and so you just kind of naturally like use it as a channel. You didn't really know what you were doing. Suddenly you're there.
And then we get there and like, no, we need to leave right now. We need to go. Ari, it's time to go.
You don't know you don't know what this is, but
Oh, I don't know.
I'm just like,
no, Ari doesn't know.
Ari, yeah.
yeah, I'm just like, Darius, where are we? This isn't where we were.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Let's
and I feel like, Darius, your powers are like recharging sort of a thing, right? It's like that kind of where you're like waiting for like the moment where you can try it again.
Darius is like, come on, let's get some more going on here. Just a little more.
I mean, Ari's like ranger like senses like perk up, and she's like, well, let's like look around, see what's around here.
Oh my gosh, no, Ari, stop it.
What do I mean, can I make like an investigation check?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Or something. Not that I'm great at those. But,
and Darius is just like, what do you,
And Darius is like literally like throwing his arms like, magic, magic, and like little sparks just fly, and it's like nothing else.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, I don't roll very
yeah,
well.
I mean, you don't find anything off the top of your head, but I think what happens, right, is...
I think in the back of my head, I'm like, Mickey, don't. Mickey, run. Just...
And I think what happens is probably the worst thing that could have happened is you get your abilities back and you transport them right as Miggy like steps around a corner and just locks eyes with Ari. That's all that happens is he just steps and he locks eyes and it's just this horrible moment of like, oh, and then you're gone, Ari. So there you go. That ruined your day.
Yep.
So we pop
Why
out
are you so cruel?
I mean, I suggested.
You suggested it, exactly.
So we pop out, and
just because I knew that was a logical thing, like that could go wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
for sure.
So Ari just like, and then she like blinks, and then like now she's in the now they're back, right? Just like back
And then Darius, we pop back, and Darius is like, oh, out of that realm of nightmares.
And Ari just looks at Darius and just goes,
You realize you can just he could just take you to see Miggy right now if he wanted to.
And then Ari, like, I think she just swallows, and then she just like, I think they're, like we're in like the main chamber right now, and I think she like doesn't even like care about Xaman or anything like that anymore. Like she just like picks up her like stuff and then just goes in her room at that point.
I'll say this as because Teppan obviously Atsubai was
out for a while. Yeah,
out for a while. So what he's gonna do? He's not gonna do anything nefarious or anything. He as he was out, he's like, whew. And as he was by himself, he's kind of just look over Zaman's body and kind of see like what's happening. Like,
yeah. So he's breathing, and then do you try to wake him up or you just leave him for a while? But he's like unconscious, it seems.
I don't want to wake him up alone because I'm already kind of playing with fire here. Let's let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah.
Or lying dogs sleep, whatever you want to call it.
Sure. Yeah. So he's just kind of unconscious. Everybody is out of the orb. Everything's fine again. And I think let's do this. Let's just abstract the rest of this kind of like epilogue of this part. I have something planned in question. Emily, you said you needed to be gone at a certain time, right? Tonight or no?
Yeah, I have to get up at 5:30 tomorrow.
So I do want to finish up. I do want to do something. This was what I was planning the entire episode. So I think let's abstract the rest of this. I assume a couple of things are going to happen. One, Xaman eventually wakes up. He's back to normal as Xaman is. Your fears were not recognized, Atabai. It wasn't that he was dead, and honestly, it wasn't. Actually, wait, no, I'm not gonna say that. So Xaman's still there. He was basically just kind of being suppressed, right? His mind was being shoved down by Chalmers' mind. He seems very shaken by the experience, but he seems kind of recovering. He doesn't remember anything that happened, but he's like, okay. And then you explain, and then he's like, wow, that was bad, sort of thing. But he kind of gets control of himself again.
Is he still crazy? Or?
Mildly so.
But that's just Xaman.
That's just Xaman. He was always kind of mildly crazy. The other thing is, Darius, are you for sure going to try to get Teppan in the sword?
Well, I'm going to talk to Atabai and Teppan about it more, preferably. But there's one other thing that's on Darius's mind.
Sure, go ahead.
Darius is totally going to find a time and a place to kind of just get a little sneaky bit of conversation and with Migster to be like, So,
and honestly,
by
I
the
feel like what I want to do is let's leave all of that for flashbacks, right?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna do a time skip next session, next time we play Terra Nullius, and we're gonna be, guys, you're gonna be approaching the next place. We can always do flashbacks for inspiration. I want to find out whether or not you got tapping in the sword, what your conversation with Mickey looked like, how you made up with Ari, so on and so forth, right? All of that stuff can be done in flashbacks next time.
Caleb, if he made up with Ari.
Yeah, exactly. The thing that I want to do with the remaining time that we have here is, Raya, where would you find yourself as you're just kind of maybe thinking about everything that happened? You guys are waiting to head out again. Also, I was just going to say, you guys also can do shopping, but let's do it in between sessions, might as well, right? At any point you want to look through any of the magic items, try to find something you might want, or just something to buy in general, let me know just in chat or whatever, and we can talk through what you buy in the town.
Cool.
But then, yeah, Raya, where would you be? Just kind of thinking through everything that happened.
I think I'd try and find like a little, I don't know if there's like a little island, like little piece of land in the huge river going through.
I mean, you're on an island right now, yeah.
But like a little one where I could just use water walk and like walk to it. That it's just like a little place that I could go sit.
I think there is.
And be alone and everything's going on around me, but I'm just like
Darius
just,
is just like
take some drugs by yourself out there.
Emotional.
I just realized that Darius separated two characters from their
exactly.
love interests.
Yep. Right in a row. Yeah, you're right.
Darius just ripping off
the opposite matchmaker. Reverse matchmaker.
And you're trying to rip another one apart.
I'm the match breaker.
Emily, can you see the map? It's not loading for me.
Everything's black for me.
Yeah, it's just a black screen.
Oh.
It's fine. We'll just pretend I'm sitting on a little space in the river.
Yeah, I was going to say, it probably makes sense that there would be...
Oh, there it is.
Is there a little island anywhere? It's like all weird for me.
There's an island.
There's islands, but they're not little.
Oh, here we go. It's loading.
I was literally saying if there's just like a part in the river where it's essentially like a sandbank or something, and it's like, oh, here's a spot big enough for one person to literally just sit there if you can water walk over.
Sure. Yep. We can say that. And honestly, I feel like this isn't even in the city that you did this. You maybe just went down the river a little bit of ways and you just found a spot kind of outside the city because there's boats going up and down. You would not have privacy if you just randomly found this little sandbank, but we can say you found a secluded spot on the river a little bit of ways to think through things.
Yeah. So I just kind of sit there and like stare at something, but I'm not really looking at it. I'm staring past it.
Oh, okay. So actually reframe the scene for me. No, I just realized everyone needs to be in the close vicinity for this. And I promise it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So we see this scene of her thinking through everything, and maybe we just get the emotional music as you're like thinking through everything, the soft music, and then you find your way back. It's evening. It's probably mid-afternoon. You get back to the chamber, right? After you've had this time of kind of solitude.
Okay.
And
well, did she want to do something during that time, or
did you?
I mean, I would maybe do some drugs.
Okay. Raya's mildly high. And you're just kind of thinking through everything that's happening, right? And you're like, just kind of wrecked. You get back into the chambers. Again, as I described, it's like a balcony. It's a beautiful chamber, very lavish. There's a balcony overlooking the river. And Atabai, Ari, and Darius are they're nearby in other parts of this large kind of suite of rooms, right? And then all of a sudden you look up and you realize it's getting darker, and it's like, okay, it's mid-afternoon. Why is it getting darker? And you look up and suddenly you realize there's a solar eclipse happening, right? And so the moon is going in front of the sun.
Do I have ultimate power now?
Well, so what happens is you're kind of just strangely transfixed by this, and I think you stare at it even though you're not supposed to, right? You're staring straight at the sun moons right now, right? But it's not hurting your eyes at all. You're just doing it. And it's this kind of weird pseudo-magical thing happening where you're kind of like transfixed. And then suddenly you blink and it's, you know, the solar eclipse has officially like happened. Like it's straight dead on. And then suddenly there's a woman in front of you, like kind of like to the side because you're obviously like right on the balcony, right? But there's like another woman on the balcony with you.
Oh my God.
She's wearing a gossamer silvery gown. And she has, let's see. I think she looks like
Yue.
Right. I mean, kind of, right? I'm trying to decide what race she looks like.
Asimar?
It could be Azamar. I think it kind of looks like... Yeah, let's say Azamar. It kind of looks Azamar.
Does this woman say, "Oh, duh"?
No, Adeline did not become the goddess of the moon off screen. That creepy distant laugh is terrifying when it happens. She's standing in front of you, has this like soft glow about her, right? And she smiles at you. And you just know like, oh, it's her. But obviously it's not Selune because Salune's dead, right? Like the goddess, the name that you knew your goddess by is dead. You still have access to the aspect known as the moon, but this is obviously someone else, whoever has the aspect of the moon now. And she's smiling kind of like beatifically at you, almost like a gentle kind of like, maybe not motherly exactly, but like big sisterly way, right? Like where it's not exactly condescending, but it's like she's an elder of yours in some way, right? But she's smiling at you, and then she says, "Raya, it's good to finally meet you."
I mean, like, I just have like tears going down my face. It's been a very long day. Yeah. And I just say, and what can I call you?
Oh, crap. What the heck? How did I not come up with that? Oh, I don't know. I did.
Okay, I was not even going for that this time.
I did actually. I had a moment of panic where I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think of a name, but I actually did. So she looks at you and she smiles and she says, "You can call me Wisdom."
Pretty Wisdom spreading out her wings.
And Raya, your connection with the divine, you can sense somehow that this is not a normal goddess. She has two aspects. And you don't know about the way gods work exactly, but you've been kind of learning about it over time. And from everything you've known, that's not supposed to happen. Like in mythology, gods have different, multiple aspects. It's just a thing. But as far as you've kind of come to understand about the actual cosmology of the universe, that's not normal, at the very least. It's not normal. Maybe impossible. You aren't sure. Something weird is happening here. This is a more powerful being than even Mickey, right? And she says wisdom, and you get the sense that, like, this is, like, the goddess of wisdom and the moon. And you're like, okay, all right, interesting. I'm not sure what's happening here. But she says, my name is Wisdom. And she says, we have a connection, as you can tell. Don't worry, I didn't kill Selune and take her power. Nothing like that. And she thinks about it again, and she's like, okay, there may have been something sort of similar to that happened, but I promise you it was for the best. And you literally get the sense, like, it's not supposed to be creepy. Nothing about the way she says it gives you, like, an off vibe. You feel nothing but, like, warmth and friendship from this woman. But she says, I've been watching you for some time, and I was waiting for this opportunity to really meet you. You couldn't really contact me because of the name you had, but now you can. Maybe you'll feel some nostalgia about the old goddess of the moon, but I promise you won't regret leaning into the connection we have. I can help you, Raya. I know what you're going through, and I know what you have to do. My father, he knows what you have to do. It is incredibly important. Maybe the most important thing that has ever happened in the entire history of the universe, at least up to this point.
You have to subscribe to Caleb M. Powers on Patreon.
No, and she like thinks about it again, and she's like, okay, maybe the second most important thing that's ever happened in the history of the universe now. And then she says, "You're speechless. Say something, Raya."
That's a lot of pressure.
Oh, I didn't mean for it to be pressure, I promise. It is a lot of responsibility, and I don't want you to take that responsibility lightly, of course. But I want you to know that what you're doing is good. Even if I don't always agree with the means by which you're doing it. But we can talk about that some other time.
I kind of just like slowly approach her as I have taken my reflection time and I am ready to let someone else in and see if she's objecting to me maybe trying to hug her.
I think she hugs you.
I just totally break down then.
Yeah. And I think we realize at this point as we kind of like pull out from in the shot, right? We see that time has literally frozen. So we see maybe there's maybe like a tropical bird that's like that's flying by, and it's literally just in midair, just frozen. And yeah, so she lets you kind of break down and cry for a while, and she kind of just smooths your hair down, right? And she's like, there, it's all right. It's all right. And she eventually, as you kind of like wind down, she kind of pushes you out a little bit, not unkindly, and she says, "Listen, I don't have that much more time, but I want you to know that I am here with you, and I want to help you. I mean, really help you. I haven't just come here to make contact. I've come here to give you help, to give you the power to do what is necessary, to give you and those with you the power to do what is necessary." And I would just like to say, as Caleb, Merry Christmas, guys. You may get a boon from the goddess of the moon equal to the equivalent of a wish spell, if you would like.
Ooh.
We got a moon boon?
Wow, how generous, Caleb.
So that's why I was hoping. That's why I was very excited about Seth putting that hat on. I was like, yes, Christmas episode.
Yay!
A moon boon.
And so basically, right, this is literally like the goddess of the moon, wisdom, giving you all like a supernatural divine blessing to help you actually get what you need done. And again, equivalent to a wish spell. So there may be exceptions to that rule, because there are certain like things in the game that maybe just because of the way the setting is, it wouldn't work. You couldn't just randomly wish like, I wish the soul realm was cleansed, because that's can't do that.
Right, that's
You can't just wish for Maziel to die.
Exactly. No, not that.
Can't wish for him to get a tumor in his brain.
Can I wish for all the zombies to like across the world to be?
Well, I don't know. Let's take a look at the wish spells, shall we? I need to actually
I don't
check
think
on
I can do that.
I don't think you can do something that crazy, because it's like usually like the equivalent of like a 9th level spell or something like that, right? Like
Right, so you can create like 25,000 worth of gold pieces, so we can like literally just get a crap ton of gold and then go buy magic items.
I have a lot of gold already.
I know, but it's 25,000.
Yeah,
that's a lot of gold. You can allow up to a bunch of people to regain their hit points. You can see resistance to a type of damage that you choose. So resistance to a type of damage.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even say it's a time. Wait, is there a time limit? No, it's instantaneous. You can just literally do that like forever.
You can grant up to 10 creatures you see to a single immunity to a single spell or other magical effects for 8 hours. Okay.
And so this is the thing. I feel I'm fine with you actually saving the wish if you wanted to as well, right? If you wanted it to be like an in media res sort of thing where you like, I want to use my moon blessing now, that's fine too. But you can also totally do, and honestly, you can just ask me like, would this work? Like, you do something crazy, like, and I would probably say yes, right? Like it doesn't have to necessarily be one of the things on this
Can
list.
she turn me into a dragon? Let's go. Just kidding.
I mean,
And no.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, you want to actually kind of spend.
I
want to
actually do some things to it.
But I mean, if anyone has like an immediate idea right now, feel free to tell me. Otherwise, you can just think about it.
I mean, look, my immediate thought was like, give me Sabu.
Yeah.
I actually do. I know exactly what I want to do. And I'm gonna message you, and I'll let you think about it.
So this is the thing. I mean, Raya, you could tell her, you could have her give you a Sabu.
But I want the Sabu that's in the soul realm.
Exactly. That's part of the issue here. Is anything with the soul realm is kind of locked right now because of the state of the setting. So that
if
is.
you just kept him in your mind a little bit longer, she probably could have.
No, it wouldn't have worked. Yeah, it was a shadow of him. It wasn't actually him. You know. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that's an option. But
I messaged you with what I wanted to do, Caleb.
yeah, sure.
But
God, I have no idea what I want.
I've already got like 1,500 gold that I don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
I've had it since I made Teppen.
Yeah, I don't know what Ari would want.
I can think of one thing I could request, but I don't know how that would work. And I don't know how. I also don't know how it would work in the sense that I already have a plus 15 to persuasion, and like asking for that to be higher is like ridiculous.
Yeah, a little ridiculous.
But I'd like it.
But what did you say something, Seth?
I was like, yeah. The only thing I can think of, Atabai reasonably asking for that could be helpful is essentially just a more silvered tongue. But I don't think of how.
Here's the thing: could Raya ask to make her persuasion check against the other Sabu succeed, and have him be on her side?
It says recent event.
No. Well, I'm expanding the realm there.
Oh.
I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, I would be totally fine if Raya. Okay, do I want to do time? Do I want to have this mess with time? I don't think so.
Well, that's look. I didn't even suggest that. That was Alyssa.
I know. So I would be fine.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
If you as Raya wanted to say like change Sabu's mind now, I think that's a possible answer.
I just want to ask. And this is not like in the wish spell at all.
Yeah.
Could I like? I would also have to investigate. Learn a new spell that I can just like have that's not a cleric spell.
Yeah, you just add it onto your like spell list and have it work like a cleric spell, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about
sure.
irresistible charisma to convincing people to join our cause?
I mean,
that's what I was thinking for myself.
I'm fine with like a plus 10 bonus to a skill. Sure, like a permanent plus 10 bonus. Sure. Why not?
So I could have a plus 25 to persuasion.
No. What? Ugh.
Sure.
Get a nat 20. Oh yeah.
It wouldn't be to a stat. It would be to a skill, like one specific skill. But yeah.
Ooh, on that note, could I also ask for a boost in a skill instead?
That's
what you just said.
Asked.
No. Sorry. A boost in a stat.
You could do that instead. Yeah.
I'm wondering. I'm weighing my options.
Yeah.
How much? Okay, if I did that, how much would it be by?
It would depend on what stat it was.
Charisma. It's already at 20. Let's see. If my charisma went to 22, just saying if. My persuasion would only.
I was going to say 22 would be totally, of course. Like, I would be no problem with that. But it feels too little. But I don't really want to give you 24. So
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Even if it was 24, like, my persuasion's only a plus 17.
Yeah, it doesn't actually increase it a whole lot. I would be fine with the 20. If you wanted to make yourself have a 24 charisma, sure. I don't mind.
I'll have to think about it, honestly, like, because I don't know. Because here's the thing. Just plus 2 more persuasion. It's already going to go up that with, like, the next...
Yeah.
Because I already doubled my proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
And my proficiency bonus goes up to 6 soon, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, you guys can think about it. You get a blessing of the moon goddess. And then, I mean, she basically, right after the solar eclipse ends, she disappears. But then whatever and this is the thing, I feel like even, oh yeah, I mean, it's totally Jordan. You can just have her teach you that. Yeah. Do you want to just have that right now?
I mean, I kind of do.
Yeah.
Okay, I have an idea, Caleb. Could I ask her to alter my Eldritch Blast?
How so?
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean,
That's
yes.
the thing.
Alter Eldritch Blast is definitely a category in which it would be fun.
I could look over the Eldritch Invocations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, add one or two.
But I don't. The problem is, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, you just look at it.
It would be useful if I could do it close range, but I don't know if that's really a thing as much. We'll see.
Yeah.
I want to think about it. The thing is, I don't want to. Here's the main thing. Yeah, plus 25 to persuasion is great, but it's also kind of boring.
It is. It's very boring.
It's woohoo! I'm more ridiculous at making people believe things I say.
Yeah.
It doesn't make. I want something that'll make it more interesting, not something that'll just.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So general guidelines, right? Anything having to do with the soul realm, probably not an option, and insta kill your enemies, not an option. That sort of thing. But everything else, and again, maybe I just said maybe wish spell is too limiting. It's just a thing, a boon, a divine boon.
Boon.
I mean, honestly, it's like as if you had gotten divine intervention in some sense, right? It's like a massive, like, the god just solves your problem sort of a thing. But it doesn't have to be, or it can't be like something
Can you
that's
make Ari
locked
not
by the
mad
setting.
at me?
Yes, sure.
Oh,
Fix all of your relationships.
Yeah, actually, can you literally repair all of my relationships, because I've done nothing but make them worse since I got here.
Okay. Follow-up question.
Yeah.
Could I get something like a permanent extra spell slot of 9th level?
Do you have 9th level spells right now?
Nah, not until next level.
I'm fine with you saying once you get the next level, you can have an extra 9th level spell slot. Yeah.
Okay.
Once you have access to 9th level spells, yeah.
Because then
that'd be cool.
Then I'd have 2 spell slots of 9th level, and I could do mass heal twice.
It's pretty cool.
That'd be really good.
I have no clue what I want.
Neither do I.
It could be something with Miggy. She's a goddess.
I know, but that's the thing though, is that after she saw Miggy and she's like, "Are you serious? I could see you right now, and you haven't told me that."
Well,
Fine.
He wanted you to move on. He was like, a relationship isn't going to work between us because I'm literally a god, so move on.
But clearly I didn't, and he knows that. He knows that.
You could ask her to let you teleport back and forth.
I think she's just more stubborn. I think it's more
yeah.
Wait, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah. I mean,
I've been depressed and
yeah.
sad over you, and you haven't said anything.
I think a little token or little magic item teleport rune thing that allowed you to instantaneously go back and forth between Miggy's mind palace, totally an option.
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, can you make
Sure.
my teleport bracelet make
be attuned to it? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that is something I did think about, but I don't. It just feels like I don't know.
And then that's the thing, right? With this, I think all of us are feeling this. We don't want it to just insta solve a fun story problem, right?
Right.
And that's what it shouldn't do. I want to give you guys cool tools to work with.
Right.
If it's an annoying thing that you just want fixed, that's one thing. But if it's transform into a dragon, obviously we don't want to do that because that's boring.
Right. No,
and so
I'm I want to figure that crap out on my own.
And this is one of the reasons that I know I can trust you as players when I say, Merry Christmas, have a wish spell.
Each of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know I can trust you.
Oh, cool. Well, while we're all thinking about that, can I do something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I have something that I would like to try to do. That it was just a thought I had today when I was like, "Oh, we're playing today. What is Ari gonna do to try to become a dragon?"
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. We spent so much time with his orb thing.
I know it's all good. I know Ari's kind of taken a back seat like the last season or two, and that's fine. Like I don't care. But I was thinking about trying to. I think as just a little bit of backstory. Maybe this is going to be well. Actually, I already have inspiration. Whatever. But I was thinking that Ari would probably try to perform a ritual to commune with the god of the dragons. The god of she knows him as Ao, I think is his name.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
To try to commune with him to see if she can figure out a way to like help this transformation go along. And I think up to this point this makes sense because Ari's kind of been, I think, a little reluctant to like accept the fact that she's kind of turning into a dragon because she spent her whole life hating them, and like I think she's been a little reluctant. But like I think during the gladiator fight when she was just so helpless and was just like, all I can do is like swing my swords, but if I could turn into a dragon, maybe I could have like saved everybody or something,
Oh, this is gonna be so great. Please roll a religion check. Do it. I'm so excited about this.
Okay. I'm gonna use inspiration on this one. Oh, dang, didn't even need it.
Nice. Ari, you feel an immense power on the edge of your mind, on the edge of your soul. You have just touched the very smallest sliver of something that is truly infinite. This does not feel the same as Miggy or the moon goddess. Okay, because you guys, I think, all like in your minds, like we're like, oh, the moon goddess, and you like are cognizant of the blessing that you're receiving, right? So that's powerful. That's crazy. But this is unbelievably different. And I'm not sure exactly what like happens, but you do it, you connect, and you feel this kind of warmth in your chest, like you've something has changed in you, and you're not entirely sure what yet. And I don't know if Ari really understands this, but you did connect with something that has the aspect of dragons at their disposal, but you don't know who or what. And you see a fleeting glimpse of eternity. Ari, how are you forever physically changed by this?
Physically changed?
Physically changed. Something about you, like think Moses seeing the face of God, sort of a thing, right? Like,
okay.
What something physically about you has just completely irrevocably changed forever? And it could make sense to be like a dragon-y thing, right? But
right.
But I'm thinking, something on the par of like,
Do I get like little cat ears like Night Fury?
No.
Little dragon.
I mean wings. Come on.
Then you could fly with Buck.
Do you want to suddenly sprout wings?
Do I want wings? I don't know.
You're gonna turn into a dragon. You want to know?
I mean, you're at level 17 now, right?
I know, totally. I'm awesome.
Like,
but,
you're 3 levels away from max level. Like,
I know. I don't.
Up to you though.
I don't know how I want. All right. Oh gosh, wasn't ready for that.
I thought about the fact. You saying that made me think about what was actually going on in the cosmology of this world right now, and I was like, oh my gosh, all right, well, things are going down. So
cool. So I've just been touched by eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Touched by eternity.
Sorry, I'm just like trying to think. Maybe I need some time to think
That's fine.
about it.
Yeah,
I don't
totally
know.
fine. And that's the thing, we're gonna do a time skip, so we'll see whatever that flashback was, where she like grows dragon wings or whatever it was, right? We can do that next time. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. I need to think
Yeah,
about
think
it.
about it. Awesome. Well, I mean, I think it's probably good enough a place as any to wrap up. You guys have lots to think about.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. And let's do goals.
Right. That's the thing.
And I didn't have a chance to write down your goals on my sheet because Roll20 was being a butt, but go ahead and read them again for me, my sake.
Okay, so my first one was find a purpose, and I think we kind of discussed that already, and I already knew what it was. So we did that. I think this is the 4th or 5th session. It's however long Atabai's been in the party.
Yeah, and I think you completed it. I mean,
yeah,
right. Yeah.
Atabai knows exactly what he wants to do now. If anything, he has a goal, which is clean up his messes, and convince the party to let me stay.
I think you did that. I don't even think you didn't make a roll though. Well, okay.
I rolled persuasion.
I was saying that he did.
We made rolls during that whole conversation.
Yeah, okay. You didn't make like a roll to say,
working on it.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I want to say we did it, but also we kind of. By the time we get to the next one, it'll have been completed. I don't think we're gonna necessarily wrap that up.
There's gonna be.
If anything, it'll be a small flashback, but we kind of.
Yeah. I think it's. I don't think any of you are gonna be like, nope, you can't actually stay with us, right? Like it's probably a done deal at this point. Let's just give them the XP.
Especially since Raya said, "Yeah, we need."
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I am the voice of reason here.
And then get the 7 serpents on our side.
Working towards that.
You're working towards that by helping Raya in that whole thing, for sure.
And
awesome.
making sure that the person who's trying to get the 7 serpents not on our side doesn't succeed.
What level are you?
15.
Cool. We are getting up there, guys.
Some faster than others.
I was considering asking if my boon could be if I could actually level up to where Ari's.
I'm gonna say this right now. Just gaining a level, totally an absolute thing you could do. You just say, I gain a level.
Don't do it if you're close enough, though.
I just leveled.
Oh, okay.
Sure. You could literally say, Darius, I gain another level.
Think about it, Jordan. Just think about it.
Let me ask you something. If I do this right now, would I get? I would get experience for completing for helping with the party.
You should get XP and stuff, yeah.
Okay, so if I were to level up right now, would I get XP for the higher level?
No.
Okay. Then I'll wait and I'll think about it.
Well,
yeah. Okay, so 15, and you worked on the party goal, like everybody does every time, and you completed one that was like a pretty long one, not a long, super long one, but like a long one, and then one that was basically 1 session long.
I knew it was going to happen, though, and it's pretty much the only thing that happened, so good thing I did it that way.
Let me pop up this calculator here. So 2 working ons. You get 12,000 XP to buy.
Still not leveled.
All right, Raya, go ahead and read them off for me because I still don't have them updated on here.
Kill Maziel, worked on that.
Yep.
Find out what's going on with Atabai/Shammer. Did that for 1 session completion. And then worked on protecting the party, I guess.
Yep. What level are you? 16?
I am level 16.
Very nice. All right. So you got completions and 8,000 for you.
Wait, am I level 16 or 17?
I'm pretty sure you're 17. I think you
Okay,
leveled
but mine says 16. Okay, hold on. Let me look.
What's your XP number?
Because I think you just leveled up, right?
Not that. No, not really. 212,000.
I think you're 16.
Okay, you're still 16
Yeah,
then.
I think I am 16.
I thought you leveled up to 17. Interesting.
I thought I did too, but I think I must have just leveled up to 16 then.
No, you've been 16 for a little while. Pretty sure.
No, I have. Yeah, I don't. Okay. Anyway,
17 is 225.
Yeah, I think I'm close.
Okay.
To 17. But...
Ari?
Okay, so I worked on Protect Those I Love.
Yep, certainly.
And worked on figuring out how to transform into a dragon.
Yeah. Okay.
I will probably get rid of befriend more animals from my army.
Okay. Yeah, the more I'm thinking about that, the more I don't think that's really going to come up with any of these things. Like,
no, I don't think so.
With the way the season is.
I made that goal thinking that we were going to do more traveling, I think.
And
that in between I was going to do that. But it was fine. I did that once with the turtle and it worked out. It was, whatever.
Yeah. What am I doing? 3, okay.
3 for level 16.
Yeah. 4,800. And Darius.
Why do I feel like that's less than what I got last time?
Probably true.
But I did more this time.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
Discover how to jump between cycles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if what I was doing.
Yeah, you were working on cycle-related things. No, well, no. You were just using your planner transportation. I don't think you ever actually did anything specifically there.
Right. Find alternative way to power temperance.
Actually, you know what? I am going to give you working on for that first one because Sabu's whole thing was soul magic, and you were practicing with that. Yep. That's a step closer to understanding it. So it's a small step, but it is a step. So, I mean, this is the question. I guess, you worked on the Teppan one, on getting...
Or finding an alternative way to
Yeah,
power
exactly.
temperance.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you didn't do it yet.
So I'll put 1 for working on?
Yep. And then Secret.
Secret, nothing.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
If anything, I probably did the opposite.
You did the opposite. Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, maybe not. I mean...
I don't think you made a roll to work on it directly or even indirectly. So, but...
Okay, so can I say that it possibly helps the end goal of doing that, but that I don't get experience and I don't get to add a thing for that?
Oh, just add a working on towards it?
Well, not add a working on because that's how we calculate that. So there's a specific end goal, right?
Yeah. And
maybe it helps towards achieving that end goal.
Right.
But I don't get experience for it, and I don't get
probably not. We haven't done an XP that way at all anyway. So let's just leave it for now. So you had 3 working ons. So you're level what? 15?
Yes. Finally.
Yeah. All right, and you get 4,200.
All right.
And I think that is it for Terra Nullius, episode 64. We'll be back next time, and you guys will find out what to do about Zunzadel. That'll be fun. And you get to decide what your moon boon is. So think about it. And I think that's it, guys. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next time with some more Terra Nullius.
Remember to go patreon.com
Yeah, exactly.
/ Caleb M. Powers.
Exactly. Thank you, Jordan. We out. Bye.
Bye.